Recording.
Yo, what if...
I'm the scat man.
Skibidi-bop-bidi-bop.
Boom!
Scooby-Dooby-Doo-boop. Scooby-Dooby-Doo-bop.
Oh, wow. Wash
I'm the
actually
scat man.
knows the lyrics. Wash knows the lyrics to the scat song.
What else did you expect?
I'm just surprised he knows the lyrics.
Are you talking about the tune or the lyrics? Because there aren't really lyrics, it's scatting.
The lyrics
Yeah.
are the tune.
That's the funny. That's why it's funny.
Oh. I didn't understand the assignment. That's something cool kids
I
still
never
say
do
these
either.
days,
I
right?
sure Wash.
Yeah.
I could be like the cool kids.
No, you don't.
Cause you're the cool kid.
Cool kids, all right. Back in my day, the cool kids transitioned from being like the stereotypical cool kids, which are like, yeah, I'm cool, but like in reality, like only half the people liked them, and they were mean. But they transitioned to the cool kids, where they were just like, yeah, I don't discriminate. What about it? Yeah, I'll stick up for the little guy. What about it? Like, my high school had a real glow up. All right,
That's great.
I went into my high school with
You said glow up.
yeah. I'm just saying, I went into my high school and it was bad. Right, when we before we got in there, when we were middle schoolers, we were scared we were going to be freshmen, and they were telling us about the times people got shanked in the hallways and whatnot. And this is all true, by the way.
Did you go to school in prison?
No, I just went to school at a place where the people did not care, and so somehow our generation, our middle school, our freshman year, by the time we were seniors in high school, we had transitioned this high school into like a really cool place. It was still a little rough on the edges, but it was definitely a lot better.
Well, if you ever go to prison of medium security or less, I will come visit you.
Oh, okay.
I have
That's
experience
when
in that
I-
department.
I gotta beat up the biggest one, right? That's what they tell you.
Yeah, to assert your dominance.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah, I mean, I was the biggest one, so I kept getting beat up.
Failing from success, suffering from success.
Suffering from success, exactly.
I'm just too successful.
Yeah,
It can't be helped.
it cannot be
big
That on
to
my
helped.
fail.
resume. I'm too motivated.
Audio test.
Check 1 2. This is Trevor talking.
Check.
Sorry, it was actually a test, so you could set the levels of the bot if you needed to.
Level. I've set the difficulty to expert. I hope you all can manage with that.
Nope. Can't manage.
I set the bot to
Cannot be
novice,
managed.
which is how we used
Novice?
to pronounce it back in the day when I was like 7.
I do. All right. I think there's a funny little sweet spot in my memories for things like that, where like you've read a word, you've seen a word, but you've never heard it pronounced,
Yep.
and you just
I think-
create your own pronunciation for it.
I think, like, instead of pronunciation, exactly. I think I first saw like the word novice on, like, I was playing, like, Lemmings or something like that. And it was, like, expert
Lemmings!
difficulty.
I
novice.
love Lemmings.
Yeah, man.
I got in so much trouble for putting Lemmings on a flash drive and bringing it with me to middle school. Oh,
Yo, hacker.
I was in the library, marching my Lemmings through the caves.
Back when you had to log out of Windows to play games so that it wouldn't be using resources in the background.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jake, can you say some words for me?
I'll say some words for you. We are
That's really
gathered
kind of
here
you.
today to play D&D and to honor the sacrifice of Jeb. Jeb is
Whoa.
here.
Surely die.
Jeb is here,
Whoa.
but we will probably have to kill him or he will kill us. We'll
Trevor,
see what
can you give
happens.
me some words?
I am also giving you words. I think either we're going to save Jeb and be the heroes that everyone knows us to be, or everyone's going to die except for Fox because, you know, Fox needs more trauma.
Don't say that.
Thanks for sharing those words, Trevor.
Why would you
Wash,
do
would you
this
share
to
some
me?
words with us?
I am moderately excited to be here, and I want you guys to know that the proof that I do love you is because I chose this over playing more Zelda tonight, because I have been playing it nonstop till like 3 o'clock in the morning for the past 3 days. It's only been up three days, and I think I have like 50 hours in it right now.
Have you beat it?
Oh, absolutely not. I'm probably like maybe a quarter of the way into it. It's so good. It's huge.
Is it like Breath
I've
of the
been hearing
Wild?
very good things.
It has exceeded my expectations.
Is it like
It's-
Breath of the Wild?
Okay.
No
so
spoilers.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Okay.
But I have put 300 to 400 hours into Breath of the Wild. This is just for context. And
Yeah.
I've beaten it on regular mode. I 100%ed it, all 900 Koroks. I beat it like all the way through on master mode. I did like all of the DLC, like everything. 400 hours. It feels like playing Breath of the Wild again with where everything just feels fresh and brand new. It has definitely captured that feel. Wow, we got serious. It definitely captured that feeling.
Did you play? Did you complete your playthrough of all the other games prior?
No. I ended up getting
Whoa.
burnt out on Zelda and stopped that a little while ago.
How
mean,
far
just
did
So
you
you
get?
don't get burned out on Zelda?
Well, streaming it's different. Streaming it is different.
Yep, it is.
What game did you get to?
I think I got up to Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons because I was doing them chronologically.
You're
Well,
the
I heard
Oracle
that
of
one.
Seasons.
They're for
if you're
Game Boy.
going through all of them, I mean, like that's impressive that you managed to get through. Like, because there's so many, isn't there? Like,
There's like 20 or 30.
ugh, that scares me.
It's a lot.
But that's
We're
why
going live in 2 minutes.
thing
Just giving
scares
you the
me.
heads up.
How does it
That's
feel?
why
How did it feel to
I-
go back to the old ones?
Oh, I love them. I constantly play through the older games. One of the nice things about the Wii U, like I know it was kind of like a dumped on console and was not a very commercial success, but you can play just about every Zelda game on the console. Even the DS games, because the gamepad acts like the bottom screen on a DS, and so they
Yeah.
actually did 3DS and DS emulation. But between
I
my
had the,
3DS and my Wii U, I can play pretty much all of them.
I have the like Game Boy attachment to the GameCube, so I could play the
Oh,
Game
yeah.
Boy games
Nice.
on my GameCube.
That's
Hey,
fun.
Cleo,
Yes.
do you want a briefing at the beginning of tonight's session where it can be like the in case of emergency briefing? Like, now there's a chance that we're going to be in and you can describe your exact situation. And if that's the case, here's what we're going to do. I just thought it'd be funny, but also you don't have to. Like,
I think
I'm certainly not trying to add
I think
any
if you
homework
cut
here.
it off right when I say this is what we're gonna do,
Oh, that's fun. Like, just that's the intro.
Yeah.
I love that, actually. That's awesome.
It's
like, now
lore
there's a
accurate
chance
too
tonight.
because we don't have a plan. There was no conversation between then and
That's
now.
so funny. Okay, we're going live.
I've noticed by accident. I kind of like how my hair is right now.
Nice.
Where I
A little poof.
I got
I'm sorry
like
that
bangs.
you accidentally like your hair. You can go back to not liking it if you want. We won't tell anybody.
Okay. So I got bangs, right? And usually I just have them parted down the middle, and I got like 2 little bangs. Especially when I'm wearing headphones, I tend to tuck them. But the other day, I think I just slept weird, and so my bangs got shoved to one side. I woke up, and I looked in the mirror, and I'm like, damn,
Like an emo scene kid.
yeah, I look fucking great. And now I feel a little less great about it now compared to the emo scene kid.
Sorry. I ruin everything.
Did you turn live just to hear that you've ruined everything?
No, we were live already. We heard what I ruined too.
Oh, okay, good.
Great.
Don't want any of that context lost.
Hey, Fskater95, whoever that is, thanks for subscribing with Prime.
Heyo, Prime subscription.
Whoever that guy is.
I wonder. They must be dedicated.
Yeah,
They
really
must be
big fan.
dedicated. I'd also like to shout out unknown user and unknown user who followed us last week before having their bot accounts removed.
Nice.
And I'd like to
Shout
greet
out.
the Gaming Fawn who says, "Hi, I'm new here in the chat." Welcome, Gaming Fawn.
We've never met you before.
Yeah, we're glad you're here. We've never met you.
Brand new. I just wanted to see how y'all were doing, you know.
Okay, so for this bit to work, you're supposed to write that in the chat. When you say it with your words, we know it's you.
What? No. I'm talking as the
Amazing.
gaming fawn. It's a split personality thing, okay? You wouldn't
Oh
understand.
my goodness.
My speech personality.
It's just an anonymous, user, like every other user in your
Yeah,
chat.
that can
all the
talk
users.
inside the voice.
Yeah, it's that new guest feature that Twitch has.
Yeah.
Just bringing people on as guests before
Everybody's
you know
adding
that they're
AI
gonna
these
come on
days.
as guests. Yeah, that's right. Chat GPT is here. Welcome Chat GPT in the chat.
Oh.
That'd be a great Twitch account to grab if it hasn't been grabbed already.
I'm
Oh
sure
my
it
gosh,
has been.
at Chat GPT.
There's no way someone hasn't grabbed it. It has to
Well,
be.
someone, one of you guys go do it. We're live. I can't. Go get or if Chat GPT is taken, get at GPT and we'll just parody whatever the Chat GPT account does.
Or Rat
That'd be pretty
GPT.
Rat GPT.
Yeah.
Rat GPT. You just ask
just
it
is
stuff like,
talking
"What did
about
my
cheese."
cellmate do?"
Oh, I don't know. I went more literal. Like it just likes
Yeah, I was
talking
thinking,
about
like,
cheese.
Cheese, yeah.
How it wants to be a chef, but no one believes
Rat
in it.
GPT, can you make a board game for me? A board game idea?
Here's a recipe for a board game.
It just
Yeah,
makes it just constantly gives you the game Mousetrap.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Rat Trap. Why didn't they call it Rat Trap? Rat Trap has more of a ring to it. I just realized.
I agree.
I
Mouse
don't
I
even
understand-
remember. I don't even
appeals to
remember the
younger
rules of the
children
game.
more.
I guess.
Mice
Yeah,
are
mouse is
cuter.
more friendly sounding.
I think that game was released in the like right in the peak of Tom and Jerry's popularity, and Jerry is a mouse.
And what
That's my
also,
guess.
a rat,
Tom is a
I
cat.
guess, has some
just
negative.
For, clarity. Just throwing that
Thanks for clarifying.
out there. Yeah.
Mice are tiny and adorable. Rats are,
Cat GPT.
plague carriers.
We could get
Wow.
Rat GPT and Cat GPT, and then they could just roast each other
If-
in like other people's chats. Like that could be the bit.
If Tom's a cat, then why are you my clarity? That's my question.
That
What?
doesn't.
That's a reference to a specific song that it sounds like none of you guys have heard. All right,
I
I know
moving
the
the
on.
song.
song clarity.
I know it.
It just doesn't fit.
I know
in
the song. I don't
Yeah, that
understand
doesn't
what.
fit in the
Okay.
middle of
Wow.
the song.
Wow! No, Jake, not like this.
If Tom is a cat, then why is mitochondria the powerhouse of the cell? That's
Oh,
we
got
go.
him.
That's true. All right, guys, this is my last adventure. It's been fun. That joke will be the end of me. I'm done. I'm dead now. I've perished.
We'll just
Mark
play
it
as a
down,
ghost.
everybody. Mark it down.
If you continue playing, then we'll get evidence of real paranormal activity, and we'll make billions.
There you go.
Billions.
Billy.
Billions.
Remember-
And billions and
Remember when $1 million
Call me
was a lot?
Williams, and Billiams is my father.
$1 million is still a lot.
Remember when 1 million was a lot? Remember that? Remember what it was?
Spoken like a true rogue.
It's like nothing now.
spoken like a true.
I was talking like
Remember
Like,
when
wait.
gold coins were a thing? Before Wingle Digits came and took the spotlight.
I was talking like okay. Way back in the day when like, oh, he's a millionaire and that's the highest he could go.
Yeah, back before you got that loan from your dad, that small loan to start up your business. Back before that, $1 million sure did seem like a lot.
There's literally
Obviously,
a
it's
scene
still a
about this
lot.
in Austin Powers.
That's what I was
true.
referencing. Thank you.
Yeah.
That is true. The Austin Powers scene is very funny.
It's a great scene.
$1 million. He's like, oh, that's it? Okay. Well, I think we have some of that in our slush fund.
We've probably laundered about that much, right?
We'll just not put that one wing on that one jet this year.
Yeah.
And divert
Not
the
even a
funds.
wing. We'll just leave off like one of the missiles that goes on the jet.
There you go. There you go.
You know what? We won't do any winter shoveling this year. You know,
Picturing a jet being constructed by literally just like you set the wing on top of the jet instead of it sticking out to the sides. You're like, whatever.
Like going for a vertical takeoff.
We just set the one wing. It looks like a shark, you know, with like the one wing sticking out the top, but no wing sticking out the bottom.
All I can
reminds
imagine
me-
now is like a fighter jet
dorsal
with
wing.
wings that flap like a bird. They just rotate.
okay.
May
Has
I
anybody
interest you in
seen-
this anime that is dragons that are actually jets?
That sounds awesome.
That actually
Has-
does sound pretty cool. That's like a growth step of Gundam.
It's called Dragon Pilot, and it's like this. It's
All right, Google
circulates
time.
goes around this conspiracy that humanity never invented jets. They were just dragons from the get-go, and they wear like armor plating to look like jets.
What?
Yeah.
I thought you were memeing. Is this real?
No, it's a real anime.
It's on
I haven't watched
Netflix.
too much of it. Yeah, it's
I'm
pretty,
so in.
It's called
We're gonna
Dragon
have a watch
Pilot.
party in our Discord of this show. What's it called again?
Dragon Pilot.
Dragon Pilot. Yeah,
'Cause
we're
of
gonna
course
watch the
there's like a
pilot. We're gonna watch
teenager
Dragon
who
Pilot
joins.
pilot in our Discord. Sometime.
Have we? Has anybody seen this image I just posted in the chat? It's literally the Windows 10, like Windows 10. We fixed everything, and it just shows a jetliner with the wings vertical, the landing gear both on the top and bottom.
Have you guys switched to Windows 11?
I have
My
not.
laptop came with it, so I'm stuck there. But on my
Hey.
desktop, I've kept it at Windows 10.
I'm scared. If Windows 10 looks like that, I don't want to know what Windows 11 looks like. All right.
I mean, Windows 11 is like a slightly it looks like what Mac OS did like 5 years ago. It's like they went with a lot of the like glassy rounded corners.
Statute of
centered on the
limitations on
screen.
Mac OS expired. So
It's not really that different.
no. Honestly, it looks more like Linux than it does Mac OS.
Yeah, I could see that too.
You're Linux.
I am.
You're a Linux.
I'm literally
This
a
gen
Linux.
is the internet.
You can call me the Colonel.
Go call me the Colonel.
Uh-oh, what happened to my... Okay, there it is. I did just watch the trailer for, what was that called? Dragon Pilot. My favorite line was, "For centuries, people have been disguising dragons as jets." It's like, yep, that is
As you
the
do.
premise
I
of the show.
I sold it pretty accurately. Huh?
Yep.
Amazing.
Yeah, it looks kind
Wait,
of fun.
so when they get inside the jet, how does that work?
Nom, nom, nom,
That's
nom,
called
nom, nom.
being eaten.
Are
Just
I
try
don't
to catch
remember. It's
up.
been a
I mean,
while,
come
man.
on.
It's
Don't worry,
it's
we're gonna-
primarily
we're gonna
focusing
watch
on
it.
fighter planes.
Is it
not
on Crunchyroll? Is it on Crunchyroll?
No, it's on Netflix.
Yeah, but is it also on Crunchyroll?
I don't know.
Well, find out so
Is
we can watch it on our
Crunchyroll
Discord.
worth the subscription if it doesn't have Dragon Pilot? That's what I'm
Yeah, that's exactly right. Netflix DRM won't let you screen share into Discord,
Gotcha.
but Crunchyroll will. That's why I asked.
I don't think so.
Oh,
I'm double checking, but okay. Explore.
oh, hey, here we are.
Oh,
Hey, it's our faces.
Oh,
Well, hello there.
here I come.
here, boy?
Don't we
Here.
look pretty?
Hi.
No.
There it is. There's us.
Just me.
Here it is.
Just
It's
Trevor.
us.
Trevor
They
looks
do not. They
majestic.
don't have
the camera
Dragon
now.
Pilot.
We've got some new channel point rewards
Ooh.
available tonight in the chat there. So
Is
I
one
just
called
thought I'd
Panic?
take a. There isn't one called Panic, but there is one called Trigger a Weather Event. Because I have a feeling, I just have this suspicion as the GM. I just have this feeling that maybe we might find ourselves outdoors for some of tonight's session, or in
All
the
right.
in the
First
area
thing
of
we
the
do,
elements.
we're going inside into the basement.
They just take cover and ride it out the whole session. They're like, I
Yeah.
don't know, storm outside. I'm not going out there. There's also a reward that can only be used once in the whole session tonight. It's called
Oh.
You Take That Back in all caps. And chat has the power to pick any one GM adjudication or roll that I make on behalf of the villains, or save that I call for, or exposition that I do they can make me take it back. I will, in that case, it won't just be negated. I might change what happens, but whatever that, like, I'm not going to just loophole around
Make
it
it
and
worse.
cause the same event. But they can negate
right.
something. So chat's
Hear me
got the
out.
one like red card on the field, you know?
Talking
Rocks
specifically
fall, some
about
people die.
GUF Skater and the gaming
Alright.
fawn.
Yeah. I was about to say, everybody create an alt account right now. If we pulled together their watch time viewer points, we might be able to afford it.
Oh, hey,
Yeah, it is
ChatGPT
5,000
joined.
points. So this is really only for our hardcore viewers who are here a lot of the time. But Willa, Grubbug, Billy Savalas, those kinds of folks.
Who is
we know you by
Alt
name.
Brunello?
That's the kind of community we got here. Yeah, Alt Brunello.
Who's farmless? That's strange.
Is that your City Boy account?
He hasn't been farming points this whole time.
Classic farmless.
Classic gaming dawn at Fawn.
Who's Skater?
Classic at GPT.
Just skater.
All right. Well, you guys want to play some D&D?
I suppose we can.
I
So-
actually, I have something to do.
Oh, okay. Well then,
we-
that was a great stream, everybody.
Can
Thanks
I
for
set up an
coming.
appointment? Yeah, can we set up an appointment to
So
reschedule?
to remind you of where we were and what's happened in the past session, we approached Summit Tower believing that Jebediah Peppermint is inside somewhere, and the party sprung an elaborate and totally planned out and well orchestrated infiltration, in which Fox disguised himself as, what did you name yourself, Fox? Blake something, right?
Oh, thank God you remember.
It was, I just can't remember your last name. It was Blake something.
That's all I need. Okay.
Okay.
Famous actress Blake Lively, also the wife of Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
I named myself after the spider that was in the kitchen.
Blake Spider. That's what it was. Yeah, Blake Spider. Your name
I
was
just
Blake
remembered
Spider.
something.
So Fox disguised himself as Blake Spider and got a job as an old, grizzled, retired security guard who was trying to get back in the saddle at Summit Tower. So he joined their security detail and used his access to get some information on the way that maintenance records are structured. Meanwhile, Bruiser, Gunner, and FP62 spent the time to get themselves some some maintenance worker outfits and uniforms, and forge some documents that they could fill in like just the floor they were being sent to or whatever. You know, like here's a maintenance work order, and they've used that now to get themselves to the 37th floor. In other words, the office of the vaults. They got there and it was a trap. There was a mimic set for them and some illusion magic going on, and a member of the Silver Tongues gang who we believe are affiliated with the vaults in some way, all there waiting for them. And so we know that their antics thus far in the city of Stainless have sort of given them away, and the tower knows they're coming. However, we still believe Jeb is in the tower somewhere. Their adventure has also taken them through the 47th floor, which they've scouted using a cipher of Find Familiar, but not visited personally. And on that floor, we know that there is a 1 foot long scepter that we believe is a piece of the Rod of Seven Parts that it looks like they're maybe trying to destroy on that floor. We don't know what to do about that yet. We haven't done anything about it, but we know it's there. And then lastly, the group made their way to the penthouse suite, Sir Topham Sav's apartment, the 101st floor of Summit Tower. And they found a sort of secret walk-in vault type area. And in that vault, they found 2 more pieces of the Rod of Seven Parts. No one has tried to attune to them, and they are wrapped in a cloth wrapping, so we don't know yet which abilities they're related to or anything like that. But FP62 was able to get them out of the room, or out of the vault, I should say, like out of the secure area. But Bruiser triggered a trap in that area, and so Bruiser fell asleep, and FP sort of maneuvered him out, and there was some stuff that's happening. The group are now standing in the middle of Sir Topham Sav's apartment trying to decide what to do when out in the howling wind and rain of the stormy night, they see through the window Jebediah Peppermint, his leather duster jacket fluffing in the wind, and his beat up journal of his grandpa Cole in one hand, and he's floating there using, I assumedly, a spell of fly, and he lifts up an obelisk or a cipher in his other hand and speaks into it, and you hear over your own security radios, "We got a problem here." And that's where we left things off on the last session. Now, luckily, Fox totally prepared his crew for this in the briefing at the beginning. And so we flash back briefly to the round table in the safe room where Fox is telling his crew what to expect.
All right, guys. If we ever, in the slim chance, do find Jeb, there may be a possibility
Let's meet our crew for tonight's heist.
What possibility of what? Anyway, I am Jake. I play Gunner, the Hematetian mastermind rogue who is the demolition expert.
Hey, I'm Wash. I play FP62, and I'm gonna die tonight.
Hello, I'm Trevor. I played Bruiser, the winged badger, inquisitive rogue, and I will also probably die tonight.
And hello, I am Cleo playing Fox, the rogue changeling, and I am saving Jeb. These are all pessimistic group members I have. We're gonna live. Everything's gonna be great. Don't worry about it.
And I'm Josh, your Wing Badger Game Master. Without further ado, let's get into tonight's Dungeons and Dragons session. And so, as the rain howls, whoosh, and the wind is blowing, and the thunder in the distance, crashes over the mountain city of Stainless, you are standing in the dark, unlit room of Sir Topham Sav, the penthouse suite. It's this big open concept floor plan. There is an open cage with a huge giant crab in it that has stepped outside, but we have put the crab to sleep by luring it into the trapped security room, the vault space on this floor. And so the crab slumbers in the corner, this huge thing with its giant pincer, it's like 25 feet long. So the huge the claw at the end of the crab is just like resting on the ground as tall as FP62 is. And it's just... Meanwhile, you're looking outside into the wind, and the lightning every now and then crashes through and illuminates Jeb's face harshly. One side, like a little streak or a little line that illuminates the one eye, and the rest of him is in shadow and darkness. What will you do? We are not yet in initiative order.
I'm still asleep, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and FP is very overburdened between carrying Bruiser in his hands, and he's got these rods tied to him at weird angles, which is making it hard to maneuver, and yeah.
Yep.
All right. FP?
Yes.
I don't think we're in a situation where we can deal with this properly.
Deal
and
with
you're
what
not
properly?
really...
Him? And I point out of the window.
Yeah, I'm going to point at him too. Yes, him. All right, listen. Maybe we can use that major illusion. Make him think that you're still here, and you evacuate through the elevator. Because I'm worried you guys aren't going to be able to survive this fight. And Bruiser, Man, I just don't know what we're gonna do here. Okay. I'm gonna walk
Sir.
forward.
And
Yes.
I'll just kind of like grab his shoulder as he starts to walk forward. May I ask you a question?
Sure, FP, yeah.
And I pull one of the wrapped rods from my clothes, or like from the ropes. Josh, I presume one feels less like a rod and feels more like a pointed object.
One of them is. Let me see here. No, they both feel like a rod.
I hand it. I'm actually going to just randomly take. Well, there was the gold one, right?
The gold one is the one that was on the work table.
No, you said the wrapping fell off of one, and it looked gold, didn't you?
Oh, maybe I did. That sounds right then. We encountered two of them in the last session. One of them was downstairs. I might have gotten them backwards. Sure. Now the one that you're holding is brightest gold.
Well, I was hoping that one of them, because FP's been analyzing this, and trying to, because he knows the prophecy and everything, or like the sermon, and is determining like which ones he has on him.
So
And-
FP has two on him, right? One of them unidentified. We haven't opened yet.
One of them
One
we
of
haven't
the-
looked at yet.
One of them unidentified, but we've also identified the one on the table, which leads me to believe that he is holding the rod of strength and the rod of luck. And the rod of luck is a spearhead.
He is not holding the rod of luck.
Interesting.
Could it be the charisma?
I'm going to roll attention die just as you're taking time to figure this out. Ooh, and we hit a complication right off the bat. As you're trying to figure out what to do, your radios buzz to life and you hear, hey, we've got a report from the vaults that something's going on in here. We're going to need some security people up to the penthouse right away. And then a little while later, you hear a confirmation come through. Yeah, we'll get some people right up there.
Okay. I am not going to give him the gold one. I am going to give him the other one. And I say, should things become dire, perhaps it will turn the tide.
Still
I
wrapped
take it.
or unwrapped?
Wrapped up.
Okay.
He can unwrap it
Still
if he
wrapped
wants.
All right. Gunner, take him, evacuate, pretend to be what you are, or what you were pretending to be. They might still be able to buy it long enough for you to get out of the building.
All right. You want us to take the venticulator and leave you
Yes.
here? Are you sure?
I'll find a way.
All right. Gunner's gonna take Bruiser off of FP's shoulder. I assume, Bruiser being a smaller badger creature, Gunner can pretty easily take him, and then head towards the verticulator and just start to press the
Gunner,
exit button all the way down. Yeah.
if you manage to find anything that can help out, feel free to send it my way. I'm going to see what I can do here.
All right.
And
We'll
then
just-
as
we'll-
we
we'll
back
figure
away
something
to
out.
the verticulator, I'm going to take the major image cipher and press it against Fox. Kink, and have him activate it. That way you can control and determine what the image does.
Ooh, okay.
You have a 20-foot cube then in which to put your... I mean, you can move it, but 20
But that
feet.
way it looks like
Yeah.
you have the party with you. So we're gonna sneak away, and you've still got backup with you.
All right. In that case, I'm going to have the illusion of Bruiser placed down on the ground, I'm going to pretend to pour something into its mouth, and illusion Bruiser gets up, and the four of us, really just being me, look towards Jeb, and I beckon him forward.
Okay. You do that. The other group of you, all three of you, go into the verticulator. It sounds like Gunner's going to put the red obelisk back in and just like choose the lowest floor, right? You're going back down to the parking or the cart park.
Well, before I do that, are we trying to stop at that laboratory, or are we just trying to? What's the move?
According to my calculations, that rod, if acquired, would put all of the rods of the 7 parts, save for the Rod of Luck, in possession of 4 guys' adventures and vibes.
So, I mean, I don't really know very much about these rods, but it sounds like
they are artifacts of indescribable power.
I kind of got that. So that's all right. Next stop. How are we doing this? Is it? Gunner's gonna unholster an explosive. Is it time for this, you think?
I believe it is time.
All right, well, let's do it. And Gunner's gonna hit the make it so that we're going towards the laboratory
47th.
floor.
Yep, the 47th floor. And as a reminder, you three already know this, but the 47th floor is actually a corporate office, and then there's a staircase up from that to floor 48 is the actual workspace.
We can't exit onto 48.
You can.
Okay, well then let's go to 48.
Okay. That's why I'm checking with you. Yeah, because you can get off at either floor. So you're going to go straight to the 48th floor. Great.
Yes.
The verticulator doors close behind the rest of your crew, Fox, and you are truly alone, though you've got the illusion of friends with you. You beckon to Jeb to come into the room, and Jeb looks at you, and you see no recognition in his eyes as he stares you down, and then with a snap of his fingers, he zooms forwards, busting through the glass of the window. The shards of glass shoot towards you. You make a dexterity save and an intelligence save.
All right. First roll. Nat 20.
All right, which one's that?
We're going to put that as the dex save.
Okay, dex save, nat 20.
And I really should have done it the other way around, but that's fine.
I was wondering.
Yeah. My brain ain't working fast enough.
You failed your own real-life intelligence save.
Yeah, 19 for intelligence.
19. Okay,
I just got lucky.
Those are actually both successes. Fox, seeing Jeb smashing into the room, you leap into the air, twisting and basically maneuvering yourself through the different pieces of glass so that not a single one of them touches you, not a scratch on your body. Woo. You are even, you're dexterous enough to kick the one that looks like it's going to hit the fake unconscious bruiser. You kick that one out of the way. Or I guess he's waking up, but you kick that one aside so that like it doesn't give away the illusion. You also disbelieve the illusion of Jeb flying through glass towards you, because even though the glass smashes, you don't feel the wind. It didn't get any louder. There's no like rain falling into the room with you. This is all a smoke screen of some kind. This whole thing is an illusion. And as you disbelieve it and it vanishes, what you see instead is huge metal barricades slam down over the windows of the penthouse, locking you into the space. Behind you, you hear the verticulator open, ding, security override. And the door opens, and you see, again, you rolled a nat 20 on your dex save. They're not going to get a surprise round or anything, but you see 5 private security goons who are all in the elevator, basically presenting a sort of hedgehog of guns. Like, the barrels of their guns are sticking out in all different directions looking for you. You rolled well enough on that dex save that I'm going to let you roll stealth to get yourself behind cover.
Okay. Rolls don't fail me now. Okay. This is looking good. This is looking great.
Okay.
Okay. 28.
28.
Wait, does that mean there's not a Jeb in here?
There's no Jeb in here. There are 5
Okay.
private security goons, and you're confident that these ones are real. However, you see them laying down behind the huge lumbering sleeping form of the huge giant crab, and so they do not see you. The crab still
Right.
slumbering in the corner. You are looking through and so you have a chance to do whatever you want. If you don't move, the crew basically is going to step out. They're going to fan out into the room and begin looking through it. One of them tosses a small cipher of dancing lights into the center of the room, and all 4 of the, so there's a red, a green, a yellow, and a blue. They ting, zoom, fly into the 4 corners of the room. So above you, there's like a subtle red sort of glow.
I'm going to hide behind some furniture as far away as I can to buy myself as much time before they reach me.
Sure. Roll another stealth check and roll it with advantage because you're already hidden and you're just trying to move behind things that are continuing to block your line of sight. And I'm going to give them just a general perception check to notice you because they're, like I said, fanned out and looking for you. The DC to beat here is a 14.
27.
27. Fox ain't got no time for this. What about your illusion?
I'm having the illusions be hidden in... Actually, I'm just going to have them disappear for now. If they don't know where the illusions are,
Yeah.
I'm going to have the illusions disappear, and I can have them just reappear wherever I need them to be.
Absolutely. That is a totally viable strategy. And so we see Fox kind of creeping behind some different furniture objects in the room. Maybe he maneuvers behind the kitchen island, and then he's kind of getting behind the bed frame or whatever. Like we said in the last session, Sir Topham Sav has this huge luxurious 4-poster bed with the curtains around it. So if you draw those curtains shut, or maybe they're already shut, and so you can get behind there or get underneath. But you definitely are hidden and you're kind of on the other side of the room. This crew is going to begin searching methodically for you.
Okay.
And based on their role, it's going to take them a while. You can see that they're being very thorough, but they're not moving very quickly. There are 2 of them who have stayed at the elevator with their weapons drawn, covering the other 3. And then one of them is walking up the center of the room, checking the rugs and the kitchen island and things like that. One of them is on the wall that Jeb did not just fly through. And the other one just checked behind the crab where you were, and so you got away just in time because he did not see you.
I'm going to, while I have some time, unwrap the rod without touching it to get a peek at it.
Absolutely, you are. You unwrap the rod, and what you see is a baton of hardy wood with gnarled roots twisting at its base into a pommel.
Okay. I'm going to hesitantly touch it.
What's your charisma score?
A 20.
A 20. You touch the rod and you feel it feels heavier than it ought to feel in your hands. Like there's more material, like it's denser than it seems like it should be, but you take no damage. You feel nothing bad happen to you, and you hear like almost like a soft little, like the way the wind howls, not like a real voice, but in the same way the wind howls, you hear in the back of your head a sort of choir of voices singing a song. They're not singing loud enough for you to make out the lyrics at this point in time.
Okay. I'm just gonna give a silent prayer, I guess, to the rod, like, all right, anything here you can get me help, that would be greatly appreciated, considering the stakes we're in and the Abelos influence I'm fighting here. So yeah, any help here, Rod? I don't know how this works.
You get the feeling that if you were to listen more intently to those voices in the wind, that perhaps you might get swept along into their song and have an opportunity to attune to the rod. Until the rod is attuned, however, it won't serve you.
Gotcha.
And you are not sure what, like you have no information about what the attunement process would be like.
All right. Okay. Where am I right now?
You are at the far end of the room.
Right.
You are in it's an open concept, but this is the space of the room that would otherwise be called the bedroom. And you are behind either the large bed or maybe you're behind a wardrobe. There is also in this space, there's a kitchen, there's a small like exercise area, like some weights and a workout mat, maybe a mirror. There's let me scroll down here and make sure I'm not missing anything before I lie to you. There's a small ladder that you can see because it's also hidden behind the wardrobe you're hiding behind. There's a small ladder leading up to the roof.
Okay. I am going to use the major illusion
Okay.
to turn what I appear to be as a pile of neatly folded clothes, like undergarments, such as like an undershirt or some pants you might, or something
Okay.
you'd wear underneath of your nice clothes to keep them fresh and to be professional and all that and clean. So just a neat folded pile, maybe with a little hat on top.
Okay.
And on the hat, I'm gonna put little picture of a fox, little emblem on it.
Oh, that's cute. Have an advantage or an inspiration for your fun little calling card. All right, I'm gonna roll a tension die.
Okay.
Wow,
Whoa.
that was a 1 right until it wasn't.
Hashtag
Okay.
belt buckle. Belt buckle saved us. Thanks, guys.
The guard who's searching your side of the room comes over and he opens up the wardrobe and he jams the barrel of his gun into the shirts that are hanging on the rack next to you, and swishes it back and forth. Those shirts are all real and flutter back and forth, but he does not do the same thing to the pile of neatly folded clothes. And he moves past the wardrobe to the other side of the room. As their search concludes, they report, we didn't find anything up here, but something did trigger one of the fail safes because the huge giant crab is out of its cage, and the safe room is open here. Unfortunately, the crab is sleeping in it, so we cannot tell at this moment if anything's been taken or not. That could be a sign that the crab did its job great, or it could be a sign that something's been stolen and we need to lock down the tower. What do you recommend we do? The three of you, Gunner, Bruiser, and FP62, you hear this just as the verticulator is slowing to a ding, 48th floor, and the doors swing open. Luckily, the radio's already gone off. It does not give you away. But you find yourselves looking out onto a bustling laboratory space. As we said before, there are 3 huge tables underneath big, bright ciphers of daylight that are mounted to the ceiling. The power for the different tools around those tables has all been routed to the one in the middle. And you can actually see that there is something is in motion over there. Ciphers and wiggle digits have been activated, and you can see pressure building in a pressure gauge. It's about 45% of the way full at the moment, and whatever the machinery is going to do, you can assume will kick in when it reaches 100%. In the meanwhile, there are a whole bunch of artificers and stuff there. They look over at you and go, "Maintenance isn't supposed to be on this floor. You're not clear to be up here." And one of them comes over. "You're going to have to keep going down."
Is the rod on the table within view? And if so, is it strapped down?
It is strapped down, but it is also within view. It's within, there's basically, there is a cap at each end of the rod that has been slotted over it, and then those caps are bolted down to the table. The caps are made of some kind of dark material. You can't totally tell from here, but it has the potential to be lead.
Okay, and then as they're saying this, and I clock everybody in the room, how many heads, and like, are there guards? Are they all scientists? What's the
roll a perception check with advantage.
Ooh, 2 11s. That's like gotta mean something.
Is that like a 2 and a 2?
No, that's like an 11 and an 11. So
Oh, on the dice. Okay.
Yeah. So, and I have a plus 11, so that's a 22 and a 22. Which one should I pick,
Nice.
guys? I'm not sure.
I think you should go with the 22.
I'd actually
22.
debate choosing the 22 over the 22, but
Okay,
that's
I'm gonna play the wild card. I'm not gonna take any of yours recommendations. I'm gonna go with the 22.
Well, hey, you chose it. On your head be it. You can identify exactly who's in the room. So, Trevor, you're going to roll a d12, and Jake, you're going to roll a d6.
Sweet. 5.
There are 5 private security goons stationed around the walls.
2.
There are 2 artificers in the room, in addition to the person who came to speak to you at the Verticulator. So 2 artificers who were at the table, basically. You can see that the blast shields that were kind of resting against the wall when you did recon in this room have all now been placed up on the stairs. And so it seems like maybe everyone else is behind the blast shields or in the lower floor at this moment in time. You're gonna have to go down. You guys are not cleared to be on this floor.
I look to Gunner and I say, perhaps we should close the doors.
Yes, well, you see, we've been having trouble with the Verticulator, and it's been misbehaving, and actually, in fact, we ended up... It's a long story, but as you can see, our friend here, and then Gunner will pull out Bruiser, who's still, I assume, asleep. He got into a little accident, bumped his head. This is actually the nearest floor we could get off on to give him some medical aid.
There's no medical aid on this floor.
Well, here's the thing. We actually also found this on one of the other floors, and then Gunner reaches into his pocket and pulls out a Nomen Guard grenade. And if you don't listen to me very carefully, I will detonate this.
Roll intimidation with disadvantage. You are rolling an opposed intimidation against the potential damage if you damage the machine. Like the fear of this person of what might happen if your grenade goes off.
Okay. What am I... Okay, did you say disadvantage?
Yeah, disadvantage.
Dang it, okay.
This recalls to memory a story in recent news of a warehouse that went up in flames. Do you remember?
14.
14. He also rolled a 14.
Oh! Attacker wins at a tie!
They sure do.
Let's go!
You can't set that off. You can't do that. We will all die if you blow that thing right now. You can't do this. Thing is super volatile. Please go to another floor. Please.
Yeah, well, that's why we're going to take the super volatile thing and get it away from you.
No. It's not stable. You can't move it.
Well, we'll see about that. And Gunner's going to, hold the grenade up in front of him.
It's locked in. Just
and then motion FP to go take a look at what he's referring to, at what this guy's referring to.
The private security goons on the other side of the room are like, they're trying to decide what to do because clearly they also know that this machinery is volatile, and so they have their weapons trained on you, but they're afraid to fire.
I will look at whoever seems to be in charge among them, and I will say, it would be unwise for you to do anything right now except for stand down.
Ooh, what is... Ooh.
He looks you in the glass sensors in the place of your eyes. You wouldn't do it. Would you roll?
Did you ask me to make a roll?
I didn't say it. I thought you were rolling.
But intimidation?
It looks like,
I wanted
roll
to.
Intimidation.
I rolled a 15. Pretty modest. I am not alive, therefore I cannot die. Therefore my life, or lack thereof, has no value, and whether all of this goes up in smoke is of little consequence to me. And I take a step forward.
And I would literally die the happiest I could if I died making the biggest explosion that I ever did.
The warehouse was
Bruiser.
unfortunately a failed experiment in Bruiser's case here.
Do it. And he, lowers his weapon, and his crew around him lowers their weapons.
I'm going to fire a vortex warp at the head guy I've been talking to. Teleport him directly in front of me and shank him with my blade
What?
like I did that other guy on the roof.
Whoa. Okay. Does he get a save, or is that a roll to hit? Or whoa.
Vortex warp. I believe he makes a save.
Okay. What's the DC?
Let me see. I'm looking.
I bet it's higher than an 11.
It's whatever is set by the ciphers.
Okay, yeah, it's higher than an 11 then.
Yeah.
I think the ciphers are a 14. So go ahead and roll damage. He's so disoriented, of course you hit him. He's right in front of you.
Yup.
He's like, fine, we'll stand down. Stand down on this! Like,
And my sneak attack is currently 5d6, so that's 6d6. That's 6. That's 6. That's 7. What's 6 plus 6 plus 7?
12 plus 7?
19 plus 3.
22.
22.
22. He takes 22 damage as I just shoom again, like up through the rib cage, like I did that other guy back at the Umbral Sea.
You hit him right through the ribs, and everything happens at once. Everybody go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh, God.
You did this to you.
Not great.
As a Gunner
thought-
wasn't planning on doing this. Gunner was planning on threatening everyone and then taking it and then leaving.
FP's going off the wall, and I kind of like it.
Yeah, FP is here for the fight.
Gunner got a 3 on initiative. Which
I got
is a
a 12.
natural 1.
Okay, we got a 3 and a 12. What did Trevor get?
Aren't I asleep?
You should still roll initiative.
Oh, okay.
It's about to be real loud if that doesn't wake you up.
It depends on the... It was gas, right? That put me to sleep?
Yes, it was a gas that put you to sleep, but it's a normal sleep.
18.
18. Okay. This round the noise wakes you up, but you miss your turn on initiative order, and then next round you'll enter. So yeah, all of the noises. The noises in particular being as soon as you use vortex warp on the commander and like shank him through the ribs or whatever from behind, his crew immediately drop to a knee, disciplined. These are clearly elite soldiers. Pull up their weapons and open fire on you. They fire straight through their commander, who dies in the crossfire of 4 bolt-action rifles. And you...
So that's going to be like 3/4 cover, right?
It would if they had treated him as cover, but they fired straight through him.
But I mean, they hit him though. That's got to
All right, fair enough. I'll give you 3/4 cover. And yeah, I'll give you 3/4 because he's probably you're pretty skinny, so you probably can't hide behind him. So yeah, we'll go 3/4.
Oh.
All right, two of the 4 hit you. They deal.
right.
I did not
Treacherous.
expect this to go down like this.
They deal 11 points of damage.
Okay.
And that brings us into turn order, which would be Bruiser, who we're skipping because of his sleep. So Bruiser, all the noise of the gunfire wakes you up. So you're laying down, your eyes open from some loud noises. You're looking up at the ceiling of a verticulator. It's like the really nice, like, you know, luxurious velvety walls in these verticulators. And then as you kind of like sit up and you blink to like clear your eyes, in front of you is FP62 discarding the destroyed corpse of a private security goon with 4 others aiming guns towards you, having just fired them, 2 of them hitting and 2 of them missing. And that brings us to FP62 in the initiative order. FP, your turn begins now. 90 seconds.
All right. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on one of the goons.
Okay.
Hunter's Mark. So one of them is marked, and
Okay.
I am going to shoot him. I'm going to pull out the rifle, and that is an 18 plus a bunch to hit.
That hits
It's like
him.
it's like 25 25 to hit.
Yep.
And probably not going to get sneak attack on this because pretty well, you know,
Yep.
they know we're here.
Not a sneak attack.
Where's my D12? Where's my D12, Josh?
I don't know.
Dang it. Oh, there it is. Okay. I got it. Ooh, rolled good. That's 16 points of piercing damage.
16 points of piercing damage. The private security goon goes down. You're not
And
sure if he's
then-
dead or unconscious, but he's like down.
And so like when FP uses the Hunter's Mark cipher, he like smacks it onto his eye and it's almost like a little capsule over it, and it like glows red with this little crosshair on it, and it shoots like this laser targeter out. And he shoots the guy, takes him down, and then I can move it to another target. So immediately it's like zoom to another one.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my movement to. No, I'm not going to use my movement. I'm going to use to not use my movement, which will give me advantage on my next turn. So
Okie doke.
cease fire, or I will kill the rest of you.
Are you actually saying that?
Yes.
Roll your intimidation.
I mean, he just did kill 2 of them in front of me.
Yeah, they're
They are
rolling with
disciplined.
disadvantage. Don't worry.
17.
They are disciplined, so that's the part I'm worried about.
They stop in the act of reloading, but they don't actually acknowledge what you've said.
Okay.
And that brings us in turn order to Gunner.
You think I won't do it? You think I won't blow us all to hell?
He will do it. He will blow all of us to hell.
Gunner's just gonna stare at him, and then if they stop moving, Gunner's gonna once again point FP towards the rod workstation while holding the grenade in his hand.
Okay. They are looking at you. They're going to roll an insight on whether Gunner would do it or not. So
Do you
you're
need me
gonna
to
have
tell you
at
whether
least-
Gunner would actually do it?
Yeah, at least on the player level, I have to
Yes.
know whether Gunner would do it or not.
Yes.
Gunner's absolutely willing to do it.
Yes.
Okay.
Holy shit.
They rolled an insight, and they look at each other.
Bruiser did not sign
And-
up for this.
They slowly lower their guns and set them on the ground in front of them. And then they step back away from the workstation and back to the wall to give you a clear. They're just trying to demonstrate they're no longer posing a threat to you, whatever. And they take their places against the wall. Each of them kind of folds their hands behind their back, so it's like like no funny business. We're standing at attention type of situation.
Now, if you'll excuse us, we're gonna perform some maintenance.
Okay, well we exit initiative order. I'm gonna roll a tension die here, and this is tension die number 6. Ooh, and we get a complication, and then we're gonna clear the pool. So the first thing that happens is two of the I guess there's only 2 left. So one of the 2 remaining private security goons vanishes. Behind his back, he has activated a cipher of Dimension Door and left the room. The second
Question.
Yeah.
Which one was it the one that I had targeted?
I'm gonna flip a coin to figure out, and you're gonna tell me heads or tails before I flip.
Oh, well, he was aiming at his head. So
Fair
heads.
enough. It's tails. Unfortunately, it is not the one that FP was aiming at. Can't cover them all. And so one of them vanishes from the room. The other one really wasn't doing any funny business. And as soon as his friend disappears, he throws his hands up to the sky and goes, I swear, I wasn't trying to do I don't know what's going on, but I'm doing what you're saying. I'm doing what you're saying. Don't blow us up.
My man just
Drop
got
your
left
weapons
behind.
and come down here immediately.
I'm clearing the tension pool. Okay. He's already set his weapon down, but he keeps his hands in the air and very, very slowly, trying to demonstrate that he's not posing a problem, walks towards you. The machine has pressurized to 85% as a result of your complications. That was how far in the progress it's gone. So it's made it to 85%. He walks over to you just as requested and is now standing before you. What do you need me to do?
I take the butt of my rifle and I crack him on the head and knock him out.
Sure, he's unconscious.
And then I walk to the machine and start to unbolt the rod.
What? Oh.
Roll a dexterity save.
Have we turned into terrorists?
Yes.
We've been terrorists this entire mini campaign. That is literally what we've been
He
doing.
was born yesterday, y'all.
This is the closest to murder hobo for sure that you've been
14.
in this campaign.
It's
Okay, 14. You take d6 that you can roll of lightning damage. As you reach towards the rod, it's like there's little fields and arcs of energy that are coming off of the machine, and they zap you a little bit. You feel confident that you could reach through to the bolts and begin unbolting it, but each round you would take another d6 of lightning damage.
How many?
Gunnar,
How many
what
bolts?
happened?
4? 2?
Let's. There's either 4 or 8. Trevor, roll a d6. If
Okay.
it's odds, it's 4. If it's evens, it's 8.
You said a D6?
Yes.
3.
Okay, it's odds, so it's 4. There's 4 bolts.
Do I see any place on this machine that I could jack into it?
No, because it's so cobbled together. Like, this is a thing that they've just been, like, slamming. It's not like there's a control interface. It's all, like, analog, basically.
Okay. I'm going to... Is Bruiser awake yet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Bruiser.
yes.
Okay.
Gunner's gonna tell Bruiser, oh, you know, the usual. Trying
What did I
to get
miss?
some stuff, threatening lives, that sort of thing.
I'm going to hand the rod to Gunner. And I'm going to say, guard this with your life. If you need to use the grenade, give it to Bruiser.
If you give the grenade to Bruiser, hold on to this. That's what you're saying?
Sorry, if you need to use the grenade, give the rod to Bruiser.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on to this.
Okay.
I may not make it through this. I'm going to attempt to remove this other rod.
Hey, Josh.
Oh, like right
Yes?
now?
While FP is doing that, could I see what ciphers the bodies have on them?
Absolutely. Roll investigation.
You
Forgot.
you think you might...
We're all rogues here.
You think you might, like, not make it through this? Like, you grabbing that right now?
Correct. There is not much left in me, and it needs being removed. It will damage me when I do so.
19.
Not
19.
FP.
Bruiser, you find... I'm trying to think how many bodies are left in the room. So there's the captain guy, there's the one who's knocked unconscious, and there's the dead guy. So there's 3 of them in the room. Okay. Let's have a look at their loadouts here.
Why-
Okay, you find... Go ahead.
Nope, go for it.
You find 1 cipher of Dimension Door. You find 1 cipher of Enhanceability. You find 1 cipher of Major Image. And you find 2 ciphers of Message.
Could, so I
And as
still...
a reminder, you only have so many slots in your loadout.
Yeah, I still have my loot slot, though.
You do.
So how many can I put in a loot slot?
1.
1? Okay, I'm going to take the Dimension Door.
Okay. You take a cipher of Dimension Door.
Well,
I think that could be handy.
I'm going to
FP.
remove a bolt.
Well, wait. Before you do, I just wanted to tell you, it's been great working with you.
Likewise.
All
You
right,
do good
it.
work at blowing things up.
You do good work at killing people. And Gunna's gonna like kind of reference the guys on the ground.
Thank you.
Not
I strive for
FP.
excellence and efficiency. And I
And-
turn to the bolt.
And you're good to talk to. All right, go for it.
Okay. You reach into the lightning field and you take a d6 of lightning damage that you may roll as you unscrew the first bolt.
Come on, roll all ones.
Do you want me to disclose my rolls?
Only if FP falls to the ground unconscious.
Okay.
Or I suppose dead if a d6 takes you to negative your whole hit points.
Sure.
Okay, so he's made it through the first one.
Yep.
FP reaches in and goes for a second bolt. You can exposit each one if you want, because it's going to be the same roll each time.
Sure. I don't know, they're bolts, man. There's not really anything fancy about them. I think probably his circuitry lights up, like his eyes are just like just overloaded with the energy from this field. But yeah, he's almost moving a little bit more robotic and clinical. Like maybe for a while we haven't noticed that his movements have been with a little bit more personality. But in this moment, he is all business and trying to reduce as much wasteful time to make it as efficient as possible in removing these bolts. Second bolt. Okay. You hear a pop and a sizzle coming from his chassis as he removes the second bolt. Do you want me to roll two more?
If you're going to keep going, then you're going to keep
All right.
rolling.
So that's one side. Well, do I need to? Because the cap is off on the one side. Can you just slide it out?
No, so each of them is still applying downward tense
I gotcha,
force.
I gotcha.
You could try and rip it out if you want, but you would have to be able to touch the rod, obviously.
No, not other bolt.
Okay.
Oh!
Come on.
I've rolled 2 6s out of these 3.
Oh no!
I am down to 6 hit points.
It is all on the line right now.
That's
Come on.
not even joking. Right there.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
You got this, FP.
Will he, though?
Yes, I believe he will.
It's a bolt move.
Hey ho.
Oh, he's rolling right in front of us.
Ooh.
I can't read what you got.
That's a 3.
Let's
It's
go.
a 3.
So I have been reduced to 3 hit points
Okay.
Okay.
as the last bolt comes off.
Okay. FP, you manage at 95% pressurization on the machine to get the last bolt off. Static electricity is running up and down your arms. Little arcs are jumping between the joints, in your elbow and your shoulders and whatnot. And as you get that final bolt off with a pop and a huge puff of smoke, the rod launches off the table and begins ricocheting off the walls. The 3 of you need to each make a dexterity save as magic begins just kind of happening around you. Every time it impacts the wall, something gets dislodged from the wall, this huge chunk of material, and then it kind of dissolves into a pink or a purplish smoke.
I got an
23.
11.
Bruiser, is that a nat 1?
Yes.
No! Bruiser woke up, saw all this chaos, and gets domed by a flying rod.
It knocks him out again and he goes back to sleep.
Go back to sleep.
What is your dexterity score, Bruiser and Gunner?
My score is 16.
14.
Okay.
That's my best numerical stat. I rolled so bad for Gunner's stats.
So the rod first,
Gunner's
spinning,
got a 20 in personality, though.
spinning like a boomerang. The rod, boom, slams into the temple of Gunner. And Gunner, you take D8.
Wait, Gunner or Bruiser?
Gunner.
Gunner. It hits Gunner
Okay.
first. Gunner failed his save as well.
Okay.
But he didn't that one. Gunner, you take this D8 of bludgeoning damage. That's 5. And as the rod smacks into you, you feel. Gotta check my notes, make sure I don't lie to you about what
So
you
close
feel.
to you
You're gonna feel
right
feelings.
now.
Really good. You feel really good about
You
yourself.
feel the like deep in your ribs vibrations of an elephant as you feel the ivory tusk slam into your back, and it launches you as if you have just been flung by a charging elephant across the room. And so you are thrown a good 20 feet from where the rod hits you. You kind of land among the machinery and the apparatus, and you take 2d6 of fall damage that you may roll for yourself.
Okay.
After that, the rod continues this sort of spin. It ricochets off of Gunner, and it slams not in a spinning motion like a baseball bat. It hits like straight on like a javelin, slams into Bruiser's shoulder. Bruiser, you are launched back into the corner of the elevator, the reticulator, I should say. And as you like slam into the wall behind you, you take... Uh-oh.
That's a lot of dice.
You take 18 points of damage as between the impact of the rod and the slam. It's all bludgeoning damage because it's the impact of the rod and you impacting the verticulator. So that's all basically bludgeoning.
Do I get to
guess
have
could be
it with
force.
my rogue ability?
Yes, you can have it with your rogue ability.
Yeah.
But yeah, it slams right into you and launches you into the back of the verticulator, and then it falls on the ground, and sparks and pops and little sizzles of magical smoke are continuing to kind of just shoot out of the end of it. The rod that you're looking at is a baton of carven ivory, and it has all these runes on the side of it that you can't read, that don't even seem like a language. They're not thieves' cant, they're not dwarvish, they're not whatever. They're just these weird runes that are on the side of it. We cut upstairs in the aftermath of this. Fox, disguised as a pile of neatly folded clothes.
Okay.
The private security goons, remember there's 5 of them in the room with you. They have
Right.
not left yet, but they have passed over your location.
So
What would you like to do?
The second they had passed over the location, I don't know how long it's been. But I would say
we can start there. That's fine.
I do want to start trying to decipher the song they are singing.
You do.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to figure that out.
Fox, as you listen into the song, make a charisma check. Just
Flat
straight
charisma?
Flat charisma.
Did I use my charisma modifier?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's the point of
23.
a Christmas check.
Shut up.
Otherwise, it's just a D20.
I'm in a high stress situation. I'm scared. Brain ain't working.
You know, hey, DM.
Yeah.
Since Fox doesn't use this stuff very much, and I, as a benevolent and caring player, could I remind Fox that he is a bard, and that has access to bardic inspiration, which might behoove him in singing along with this rod?
Does bardic, is that a
Doesn't that
magical
count
thing,
as
though?
magic?
Yeah, bardic inspiration is a magical ability, though, isn't it? Magical effect.
Is it? I thought it was just like a charisma-based, inspiring.
I don't know
thing.
though. I now you got me wondering.
You're right. It's not magical.
It's not.
You can
Yeah.
inspire
Oh.
others through stirring words or music. You will have to do some stirring words or music.
I don't think right now the audience is here for it.
I mean, I'm part of the audience
of
at
5
this
goons.
moment, and I'm here for it.
I think the 5 goons is the audience I'm worried about.
That's fair. That's fair.
5 Goons is the name of my rock band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 Goons, Adventures and Boons.
All right. So yeah,
We're gonna play Evil Campaign with them next.
I'll just take the 23 I rolled and leave it at that.
23 is
Oh.
pretty good. As you're listening to the song, the discordant sounds and voices slowly begin to turn into something melodic and harmonious. And as the harmony completes, or I should say, as the harmony sort of crystallizes into what it should be, as the notes begin to make sense as they are, you feel like a tugging at your heart, like the force of a river pulling you as you try and cross it. And you get the sense that if you only let go, you'll be pulled along with the river. You have no idea what that means for your physical form. But your awareness and your consciousness will be pulled along with the river into something other. And as I did with Jeb and as I did with Zoth, I will tell you that the stakes here are very, very high, and the costs associated with them are equally high. So this is a decision that I want you, as a player, that I want you to make clear-eyed. If you begin to enter Attunement of the Rod, remember with Jeb, the cost was 9 months that his physical form was available for damaging while he was in there.
All right, so but that was, what was the cost for the other rod?
The other rod, the cost was that the party were brought in to understand how well he did. Like, that knowledge of Zoth's actions was given to the party, and they were the ones who were forced to render judgment on his behavior. And that was the sort of trade-off. It was fairly instantaneous. It took about 10 minutes.
All right. I will ask the DM, considering the seriousness of this moment right now, may I ask some shoulder angel advice right now?
You may absolutely summon your shoulder angels.
Because I know they're not here right now, but they are in spirit and in the form of illusion, should I decide.
Alternatively, you could have a flashback and have the conversation with Radford and Owlin.
You know what? I like that. Yeah.
And Zothkug, yeah. You just flash back far enough back to where, you have that conversation.
All right. You know what? Let's do that. Whew. So we found...
Come on, get on with it. You called us all here. What's going on?
We found 2 rods so far, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we find another one, I feel like there's at least maybe 1 or 2 rods I might be able to help with. But...
Well, yes, logically speaking, there would at least be the rod of charisma. And likely the rod
That's
of
totally you, man.
dexterity.
You could totally use the charisma rod.
I mean, he's pretty
So-
dexterous, too.
The thing I guess I'm worried about, guys, is we've gotten pretty lucky with the previous 2 rods where we've had the time to do so, but and the
Take
safety,
much time, man.
time and safety. Like, what if we run into a situation where we find a rod in the wild and it's then or never?
Hey, Laredith, since you're here, too, do you know anything about the attunement process for these other rods?
That's a bold move.
I'm willing to burn Radford's oceans on this.
That's a bold step you just took. But I like that you're making big plays. That's big money, big moves. Laredith looks up from the sheaf of papers that she's been examining, and the rods. Well, each of them has a different cost associated with them, but I'm not sure what all of them would be. I believe they're unique to the type of rod. So if we know that there was a certain cost affiliated with one rod, we can be fairly sure that that cost is not associated with one of the others. For instance, I recall having heard from one of you that it took Jebediah Peppermint nearly 9 months to attune properly to the Rod of Intelligence. I think that we can safely rule out that the cost will be a large quantity of time like that. However, we cannot rule out the fact that there will be some level of time involved, and so it would be ideal to go to a safer location before beginning the attunement process. After all, you wouldn't want to leave yourself just out in the open for anyone to attack, now would you?
Yeah, or like hiding in the closet. That'd be terrible.
Yes, that does sound truly awful.
The hiding in the closet example is fairly specific. However, I guess if one were extremely confident in the fact that they were hidden and that they would be able to attune to the rod, Well, no, that's the thing is you can't be confident that you would be able to tune the rod discreetly.
My rod,
perhaps that's one of the costs.
The cost of my rod was you guys seeing, like, being sucked into it.
Uh-oh. Owlin knows this now.
We're getting too. I don't want to get too messy with the canon. All that to say, it really is up to your judgment. It depends on your comfort level and the level that you believe. Do you believe the payoff will be high enough? I believe that is what it comes down to. Is it
You always know how to make these decisions, Fox. I think when we come to it, you'll make
This
the
is
right
true.
one.
Wow.
You've
I
done
don't know
this
you
this
very
far.
well.
Well, to be fair, I mean, what are the chances this will happen? It's all hypothetical anyway.
Near
Most-
zero.
We'll probably just find some other rods, hold out somewhere safe and, like we usually do.
In this hypothetical situation, as I am an avatar who's been summoned into this conversation, I feel that it would be unwise of me to not point out to you that if you chose to hide yourself under duress and the manner of your hiding required concentration, such as an arcane incantation, you would be unable to concentrate while you were participating in the attunement process. After all, the rods alter your consciousness.
That's fair.
I mean, we'll all be there.
In that
though,
hypothetical
we'll protect
scenario.
You.
I mean,
Right,
I won't.
yeah.
You might be.
Maybe.
Well,
Thanks
all,
for the support, Radford.
all that to say, there are a lot of factors to consider, but we trust you.
And
Well,
we'll probably
yeah,
be right there with you.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
All
Speaking
right.
of that bridge,
Fox, we will deduct 2 oceans for the length of that conversation. And
Yeah.
FP62, we will deduct 4 oceans for the incredibly ballsy move of summoning an avatar into a conversation that's supposed to be just players. That's a
I
great
have zero
move.
regrets. Zero regrets. Well worth the 4 ocean price of admission.
okay, I'm gonna steel myself and pull back from it. But remember the faint song and. Okay, right.
As you wade out of those waters and come back to yourself, the voice that you've been hearing, or the sound that you've been hearing kind of whistling around the back of your mind, recedes almost as if it the message has been delivered and now it's waiting for you to read it rather than like constantly reaching out.
Gotcha. I will put the rod away in my pack, and then I'm going to peek out and figure out where the guards are right now.
Okay. As you peek out, they are the 3 who have been searching the room are now standing in the center of the room, but they're looking back towards the reticulators. They're talking to their 2 friends who are in the reticulator. They've already, again, made their call over the radios that they didn't find anybody up here, and they're now trying to figure out what to do next. The options that are on the table are the guards could go through this room with a fine-toothed comb. They could try and drag that crab out of the vault, but they don't really want to do that because it's heavy enough that it'll take all 5 of them to do it, and they don't really want to turn their backs on the room. They could lock down the whole tower, but that of course runs the risk of like alerting everybody else in the tower, and they're trying to not like cause a huge spectacle if they can avoid that. And they could also let the tower security team know so that tower security is involved and see if that could assist them. But they haven't made a decision yet. They're trying to figure out what to do.
Okay. I'm going to sneak out, and you said that there's a tall ceiling, right? Where's the ladder? Is the ladder within view of the reticulator? I imagine it somewhat is.
It will be when you get to the top of it, but the ladder is actually hidden behind the wardrobe that you're currently in. And the way that it's built into the wall, it's like the wall has like a chair rail running around, but it's a little bit higher up, so it looks like it's a decorative fixture, except that the part of it that's in the ladder is structural, so you could actually climb it. So there's
Right.
only the one rung that's visible, but you would still be visible for a round. Like they'd get a chance to see you and maybe do something.
All right, I'm gonna use the major illusion to make myself transparent, because I think you can do that, right? And
You're gonna do the Naruto thing where you just like hold up the cloth that looks like the wall behind you.
yeah, yeah. And I'm going to climb up this ladder.
Okay. As a reminder, major image only lasts up to 10 minutes, and you've probably used, because we were specific about how they were searching slowly.
only 10
you've
minutes.
probably
Okay.
used most of it.
Right.
We're gonna roll a tension die to figure out if you've used all of it or not. There might still be enough to get you up there. There is. You've got just enough time left on this
Whew.
cipher to get you up there, while you just make it look like the wall is unchanged. And because major image includes sounds, temperature, whatever, like it's a full,
Right.
like you can mask the sound of you climbing and all that stuff, so you don't need to roll anything. You make it up there safely.
I'm going to roll to find traps on this hatch.
A
'Cause there's a
wise
hat-
decision.
Yeah.
There is a hatch. Yes. I was lying in wait.
We all know my
We need to know where the
history.
poison pin is, though.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's not in the center anymore. It's gonna be on the
Where is
outside.
this one's poison pin?
If there's
we
anything
haven't,
you
we
learn
haven't
from
actually
your
found a
old friend
poison pin
Gunnar.
yet.
So this is an investigate. Well, the last heist we did.
That's true.
This is an investigation, right?
Yes, this is
So-
an investigation.
17.
17. Okay. As you examine the hatch above you, you can see that there is a small keyhole in one corner of it. And you are confident that without that keyhole, an alarm will be triggered.
I'm gonna try. We have a missing key, right? That we still don't know where it goes to. The 6th key.
You do have a 6th key.
Does it look like it's even the right shape?
It is vaguely the right shape. You would need to spend enough time examining it to be sure that I would roll another tension die for your cipher.
I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna put the key in.
Oh, sorry, you're gonna do it. Okay.
Yes.
That's. I thought you meant you were gonna take the time to
No.
examine it.
Sorry, no.
That's okay. I'm glad that we
I see that
clarified.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I say
Okay,
you made me almost die.
I know. You put the key in and you turn it, and with a click, the hatch unlocks and the trap mechanism that you found is disabled. You are
Okay.
able to push the hatch open and get
Jake's
onto the
popping
roof.
off.
You push the hatch open and you climb out onto the roof. You are inside a small awning, like it's like a box laying on its side. So
Okay.
you would have to crawl out so the rain doesn't come in through the hatch while it's open. But you are now you're in the storm, and up here on the roof, it's windy. The rain is almost sideways at the velocity that the wind is blowing, and it is pitch black. So you are already not a character with dark vision, but this is not dim light. This is no
Okay.
light.
Right.
So you are just up. It is dark and wet and loud, but you have the hatch closed behind you just as your cipher of major image ends. And that is the situation that we find Fox in. What will you do?
So the owl Len.
Yes.
I'm going to have him. He was looking down at the surface. By the way, did he happen to notify me of anything this whole time, of anything going down at the bottom?
I forgot he was out there, so let me figure out if anything happened that he would have seen. Actually, we rolled a complication. So sure, he notifies you that a whole bunch of city defense cipher trucks have pulled up outside the tower. Some of them went into the cart park, but most of them have surrounded the tower in a circle, and a whole bunch of people have gotten out and stepped into the tower, as well as some other people who are forming a sort of perimeter around the base of the tower. Where you are, as a reminder, the roof is covered in a sort of permanent smog cloud coming from smokestacks at the top of the tower. So even if they can see the 1,000 feet up to you, they would not be able to see you. So just that's not a concern that Fox would have.
Right. I'm gonna use. How long have we been in this tower since the car park?
You've been in the tower about 50 minutes. That's also relevant to Gunner.
Okay, so we've only been in the tower for almost an hour.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to use message since it's still active and notify them. Hey guys, listen, this is Fox. I've managed to get out. They didn't find me up there. It was an illusion, or at least Jeb coming into the room was. So Jeb didn't attack as I was hoping, and instead I got surrounded by goons. I managed to get out. I don't know what you guys are up to, but the whole tower is surrounded. So whatever it is, I hope you guys got out.
Gunner picking himself up from the wall he's been flung into, or the pile of rubble.
We're not out. We're not out yet, but we're gonna have some goodies.
What are... I'm
Bruiser
awake,
is
by
up.
the way.
Oh,
We are
okay,
acquiring the rod of dexterity.
and you're all in good. Are you sure? I know. Well, you're all standing. And it
certain.
sounds like you've got this sorted. I'm gonna let you handle it. I'm gonna see if I can't find if Jeb really was out here. Good luck, guys. If there's anything I can help you with on the outside, let me know. But I don't.
Is
I might.
it just escape time?
I think this is escape time. I think
right.
I'm stuck on the roof, but I'll figure something out.
If there's a perimeter, then we can't go back to the cipher truck.
I mean, if you guys can lay low long enough that they don't find you, and security calms down, or if we can somehow make them think we left the tower.
Gunner would like to use an ocean.
Yeah, he would.
Ooh.
This may cost a lot of oceans. I think I have like 8 left over from last time. I didn't use very many.
Gunner
I
has
have some
9
to chip
oceans.
in.
Oh,
remaining,
let's
according
go.
to our UI.
All right. So, pre-invasion of the tower, we were doing all this prep. We were getting these uniforms. Fox had this whole thing where, he worked there for a week. Yada yada yada. Well, Gunner thought it would be important to get in contact with Rex and Sasha.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Gunner talked to Rex and Sasha. I was like, all right,
What can we do for you?
this is our riskiest one yet. There's a chance that it's going to go bad. There's a high chance that it's going to go bad.
Summit Tower? There's a guaranteed chance it's going to go bad.
Yep. And even on our jobs that haven't technically gone bad, our exit strategies have been lacking. They haven't been pretty. They have been exciting, but they haven't been pretty. So, when it comes time, they're likely gonna call the fuzz, the coppers. We
The coppers.
We need you to be in uniform, to be ready to take us when we exit into your cart, the back of your vehicle. We got them, boys. We got them captured. But then you're gonna take us where we need to go.
So you want us, just to make sure I'm understanding, you want us to be ready to show up in a fake city defense cipher truck in fake city defense uniforms in order to handcuff you before the rest of the City Watch get you, in order to put you in the back of our cipher truck and then somehow not bring you to the city defense headquarters, even though we'll certainly be followed by a bunch of other city defense people. Does that sum it up?
Correct. I don't care how you get there, just as long as you're able to do it.
I can get you the truck and the uniforms.
Exactly. He can help.
I don't know if we can afford a cipher truck.
We don't have to afford it. We can find
Well,
it.
that is the beauty. If you only are uniformed, you could just take a truck that already comes to the tower. We'll use one to exit. The uniforms are key.
I suppose I could maybe see this working. I could Okay, so here's what we're gonna need. And Rex and Sasha begin kind of processing through what the plan implies.
If it takes all my oceans, that's okay.
We're gonna figure it out. They're gonna need 200 Wingle digits each in order to get the correct uniforms made, because these ones have to be perfect. They need to go to a black market tailor who's gonna do exactly the right job. So that'll be 400 Wingle digits we'll spend, and 1 ocean for that. They'll need the proper identification, a forged badge for each of them. So that's an ocean each for those that we'll spend. They'll need the cipher of sending or whatever it is that everyone is using to communicate. They'll need at least one of those so that they can hear when it's happening. So that cipher will be a level 2 cipher, 200 Wingle digits, 1 ocean. So we're up to 4 oceans total spent. And they will need... I guess that's everything. Because I'm sure Bruiser can source a set of manacles from somewhere, to restrain you all as if they've caught you. So that part's easy enough to do. So yeah, I think that's everything. So 4 oceans and however many Wingle digits we just spent, 400 plus 200, 600 Wingle digits. And that will bring us home to this plan being done. So they'll be laying and waiting somewhere.
So yeah, the back to the present
downstairs.
Gunner will...
Yeah, back to the present.
Rex and Sasha, you guys set up at the car park entrance.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a second to decide whether that's something you actually want to send, because you did not get them. You did not get them a thing of messaging to communicate with you, which means you would be using.
I thought you just said we just did.
They needed a police scanner.
Oh.
To look the part and hear when the cops are called.
I would like to use an ocean.
Okay, FP is in the past.
Oh dang it! No, I'm sorry. I don't need that. I don't need it. My bad. I was thinking we were already in the elevator. We're still
FP
sitting
remembers
up there.
that he burnt toast the morning.
Feels like a totally. It's like, why was he making
we
toast?
will need an extra messaging device, and then he completely forgets it and goes, "Oh, there's one." And he just pulls one off of the scientists. I mean, off of the dead bodies. He's like, "We can use this when we are in range."
Wait, what?
A cipher of message.
Oh.
We will just take the elevator down and contact them and tell them where we are.
It will be able to specifically contact them.
Yes, you target
All right.
a person.
All of the radios of the private security goons that are on your floor go off. And I guess, Fox, you would hear this too, because you've got, I think all of you at this point have access to one of the private security goon communication tools.
Right.
So you all hear, "Hey, we've got we've got everything set up on the pool deck. We're ready."
Guys, what's the pool deck?
You actually know this already. You don't need to use an ocean on it. When we went through and figured out what's on each floor, you figured out that there's an indoor pool and workout center type thing. And it is on the 20-something floor, 25th, I think, 25th floor maybe. It is now. Now it's the 25th floor.
Okay.
Well, I guess we should probably avoid that floor. I think it's time we head out and try to hit the escape plan.
Agreed.
Fox, you just gonna try to figure something out?
I don't know how to get down to you guys, so yeah, I trust you guys, as long as you guys get out with the goods.
We've got the goods.
I have an idea, Fox, about how I can get you out.
Attention die for the passage of time.
I'm going
What's your
to
idea,
wrap
Bruiser?
up. I'm going to yoink some cloth off of one of the guards and wrap up the rod.
Josh, are there any external windows on the floor I'm on?
No, this floor is a floor with no windows.
Okay.
You could go down to the corporate office, but then remember, there's a bunch of people down there who are cowering from you.
Yeah. Well, Fox, you're not gonna like it. But I grabbed a cipher of Dimension Door. And so if you jump off the top of the tower and I find an external window, we jump off the same side, we meet in the air, and then I teleport us to safety.
What? Are you insane?
Gunner
crawl.
just like like kind of stops in his tracks, like, "Whoa, I think that actually works."
I can fly, so I can meet you in the air. We just need to make sure we jump off the same side.
Whoa! I
What
need
are
you
the-
to think about that. Okay.
What are the passive perceptions of the three of you who are in the tower right now?
10.
A lot.
15.
20.
FP, you are the only one who hears as a verticulator quietly whirs past your floor towards the 25th floor, or at least down from where you are.
I rush to the panel.
Okay, I was going to tell you what you hear from it. Like, you hear voices in it.
I would like to
as it
jack
goes-
into the panel and try and halt it.
Oh, okay. Roll a dexterity save for time. If you roll... If you're fast enough to get there, you're able to halt it. You've been working on the stupid verticulators this whole heist.
Yeah, I know the systems pretty well by now. Oh, that's
Yeah.
pretty decent. 18.
18. I don't know what you're rolling against because I forgot to set a DC, but 18 is pretty dang heroic. Absolutely. You halt the verticulator. So then the voices stop, so you don't hear anything because their verticulator has halted. But it's halted on your floor. And are you opening the door or just halting it there?
I'm going to. What would I need to roll to to send it down to the ground floor?
To at speed, like to drop it, or
No,
to like
just to like they're trying to go somewhere. Just to send them down.
that would just be a like your jack kit. It would be a intelligence jack kit check.
Gunner, Bruiser, should I send them down or open the door?
Well, our goal is to get down, right?
Yes.
So we're probably gonna need to, unless Bruiser can dimension door all of us, which would be crazy.
I can only dimension door myself and one other person.
Yeah, so won't work. We're gonna need to use that reticulator. So I don't know how.
At this point, you hear some knocking on the inside of the reticulator door. I'm going to.
Sorry, there is maintenance. This reticulator has been acting up all day. Bear with us one
There's a
moment.
Dun, dun, dun on the inside of it. Hey, you got to let us out of here. We got important cargo in here.
One moment.
Ah, yes,
We're working
important
on it.
cargo.
Maybe we do open the door.
I think we'll get you out as soon as we can, and Gunner will draw his. Gunner's gonna pull out the grenade again and nod his head
I need
and point at
your
the door.
thoughts on the escape plan for us.
Fox's escape plan, or escape, is of the utmost importance. I say you two do that to escape, and Gunner and I will find another way out.
All right.
You
I'm
hear
gonna
inside
figure
the
this out.
elevator, you hear a voice go, "This doesn't feel right. We're going to need to move." And then you hear some panels being moved, like something heavy and metal has been lifted and is scraping.
Guys, you got to get me to an area with an outside window.
You should be able to go down the stairs over there, and there's a window in the office area. It is just office clerical workers. They should not bother you.
All right, pup. You take the cable down here first. And then you hear someone go, "All right," click, chink, and something attaches to a cable, and then you hear a whir as someone's rappelling down the reticulator shaft.
Do we recognize that, even though we're just
FP
hirelings?
does. I don't
Okay.
know if the rest of you do or not, but FP specifically had Fox give him a voice imitation.
Okay.
Okay, I am going to send the verticulator up.
It's like, "You got it, boss," and it rappels down.
and then
Goes up.
and then I'm gonna have it like force the door open, so like I should be able to see whoever is there repelling.
You shoot the verticulator upwards. As the verticulator is rushing upwards, you open the door, and they're a little bit below you, but somewhere down below you is a private security goon. Above you there's two faces poked over the edge of the hole. Basically, they've lifted a panel out of the floor of the verticulator, so they're looking down through this opening. One of them is the face of Jebediah Peppermint, and the other one, braced against his shoulder, holding themselves up so they can also look down the opening, is a member of the Vaults, like another member of the Vaults. Both of them are dressed in like jet black leather, and over Jebediah's shoulder is a really, really big weapon of some kind. It's some kind of gun, but it's on a scale that you have not seen firearms. Even FP, who was built in one of the Aboleth's like workstations or whatever. I mean, obviously FP was one of the prototypes at the first dark site, but this is some new class of weapon. But you can also see behind them in the verticulator are some snare traps, like nets that can be launched and things like that. Like, this seems like they were out to capture something.
Do you guys want me to stay for the fight or work on just escaping?
Fox, I think your buddy's headed up to you.
Oh, buddy, Jeb?
Yeah.
I thought he was out. Okay.
In the verticulator. I'm not sure. How do we want to proceed?
I guess I have to go meet him. You guys continue with the plan.
We can't just leave you behind now. He's like
Fox,
right
you
there.
can't take them alone. I could fly up to you.
If you can get up to me.
FP, can you like climb up this shaft? Do you see this? Is that a thing you can do?
I have 3 hit points left. And you see his jaw, like his faceplate kind of goes kink a little bit. I have an idea.
All right.
And I'm going to pull out my other saber and cut the cable of the person rappelling.
Okay.
And
that person falls.
Perhaps we could send the grenade up on this.
Are we sure we want to just blow up the guy we've been here to save?
He looks very capable. I presume it would only slow him down, which is a good thing for us.
All right.
Yes.
Which one? The big boy or normal boy?
The very large one.
All right, Gunner's gonna take out the Nomen Guard grenade, tie it to the pulley system that we've established here.
Come on.
He's gonna look at FP and wait for confirmation when FP's ready.
The look on Fox's face with the finger to the earpiece right now is everything.
All right, we good?
We're good. Move your hand, please, or else you will lose it.
All right, I will pull the pin.
And then so Gunner pulls it, and then I assume we're trying to send it up.
No, I'm going to disable the verticulator so that it drops with the grenade all the way to the ground floor.
All right,
And it
Gunner's gonna
should
back away.
detonate at the base of the building.
They're terrorists.
Okay, wait. You're detonating at the base of the building or the top of the building?
The goal is
Base
to
of the
time it
building.
at the base of the building.
So you're just dropping it. It's not on a cable.
Dropping the
No.
grenade and
dropping the
dropping the verticulator.
Oh, I see. You're dropping the verticulator to the ground, and you're hoping that it and the Nomen Guard grenade both hit the
Wait,
ground
wait.
at the same time.
Talking about the
it's-
one Jeb is in or the one you're with right now? Which verticulator?
The one that
We're not
Jeb
in
is
one. Yeah.
We're outside the
Okay.
door.
So you're gonna drop Jeb's verticulator, throw a grenade in it.
Yes. I think that's the key.
Well,
Yeah.
technically the grenade will be under it because it's attached to the cable coming out the bottom. But yes, both of them, verticulator, little cable, grenade, all the way down to the base.
Does that all make
did
sense?
we just cut the cable so the verticulator's just the shaft that guides it?
The cable is, I believe, just something that the guy was rappelling down.
Yes.
That is correct.
Because the cable that holds up the verticulator is coming out of the top of it.
Okay.
And we're
they
tying
just-
the grenade to the cable that was hanging out the bottom.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got
Yep.
it.
And then we're
This
forcing
is so
we're forcing it down.
confusing and scary.
I
And
understand
Whoever is
now.
who is affixing the grenade to the cable?
Gunner.
Gunner did that.
Gunner, roll a survival check to affix the Nomengard grenade properly and with the limited time available to you.
My rolls have been sucky, but I have an inspiration. Okay.
You do?
That's flipped over from
Heyo.
last time. It's
He's feeling
still
inspired.
not great. It's a 15.
It's a 15. Okay. I'm going to roll a d20 and I'm going to add whatever the tension pool adds up to it. In fact, the tension pool, let's do a d10 plus whatever's in the tension pool. And if that number is higher than your 15, then the grenade's going to fall off in the force of the fall or detonate early or something. Oh, but I got a 1 on the die.
Let's go.
1 plus 1 is 2, plus 6 is 8, plus 3 is 11, is less than 15. Woo. Okay. You drop them. You drop Jeb and the Verticulator and the Nomengard grenade down the tower.
What if we kill Jeb? What if... Guys, have we not considered... Gunner doesn't care, but have we not considered this?
So to be clear, we were sending Jeb up. So somewhere between floor 47 and floor 101 is where he's starting his fall.
Yes.
Yes.
Floor 48. Let's roll to see how many floors he went up.
I'm
here.
actually kind of just hardcore believing in Jeb's ability to not die and hoping that this will also be the damage that awakens him.
So 48 plus 8 is 56. So that's going to be the full 20 d6 of fall damage. Unless he can get out in time. Let's see if he can. I think I have a spell prepared as Jeb that he can use to escape this.
I mean, I would be very, very exceedingly disappointed in you if he didn't.
Oh, he's got one hope here. He's got one hope.
That's
in
all he
his-
has ever had.
in his spell book. Let's see.
It's
One
the same
hope
one
all
we've
I ever
always
need.
It's the same one we've always used to get out of everything.
Hope trick.
Yeah. Hope Trick. Another book in the Jebediah Peppermint Chronicles.
Yep.
You. Okay. All right. It all comes down to this. Jeb's going to make a dexterity save.
Oof, not his best set.
I need Jeb to take damage. I need him to not die.
Yeah, but Jeb is invested in not taking damage.
Aren't we
Jeb
all?
failed his dexterity save.
But don't die, Jeb. Don't die, Jeb.
Jeb is falling, which means
Don't
he's
die, Jeb.
taking the full 20 d6 of fall damage.
There's
Plus
an
the
extra...
explosion.
There's 2 different saves he has to make once the grenade explodes.
Yeah. So the dexterity save was to activate his spell before the elevator hits the ground. So he's going to get another shot on the ground to activate his spell before the grenade explosion stuff hits him. But we'll see if he survives the 20d6 of
I
damage.
mean, if
here.
20d6 doesn't
Wash,
clear your
if you
mind,
killed
know?
your own character, I'm gonna be upset.
If anyone's gonna take him out, it's me.
It'd be very fitting. Oh,
Poetic.
I don't know why you guys trust FP. He's only like a year and a half old or something, like 3 months old.
Cause he's
But he's sweet.
calculating.
He's got a
And,
sweet
and he's
personality.
decisive. He makes decisions quickly.
He makes decisions, and
'cause
we
he's
expect
logical.
him
That
to
doesn't mean
make
he's right.
logical decisions. That's fair.
Gunner's
mean,
just
Wash-
gonna like point me in the direction and I'll blow it up. And
Yeah.
FP is pointing him in the directions.
Wash, do you happen to have Jeb's character sheet handy?
I do.
What is his maximum hit points? It's the only thing I didn't write in my stat block for Jeb.
How could you, Josh?
I don't know.
Shame.
Mistakes were made.
His maximum hit points is 51,
Unless he leveled up.
unless he
He
leveled
did not
up.
level up. He did not level up. Okay.
He probably starts at max.
He did start at max hit points. The elevator falls and slams into the ground. What are the saves that he needs to make for the Nomengard grenade?
DC 15 Dexterity and then DC 15 Constitution.
Okay.
He's got this.
If you kill Jeb,
This would.
This might be a good chance for chat to use that DM take it back thing.
Nah.
He fails his first save.
Oh, okay. Let me roll the fire damage.
Don't you have to roll it anyway?
just roll little, roll a little singe,
Roll little.
roll a little singe. You know, couple of ones in there. Just a little bit of salt and pepper. You don't need to go heavy on the spicy, okay?
Do you guys want to know the average of 20d6?
No.
Okay.
26 fire damage.
26 fire damage. Okay.
That's half of Jeb's max. And that's only 8d6.
And that's after his fall damage.
Yeah, I know. Okay, and then what about the con saving throw?
He nat 20'd it.
Okay. Great. Good for him.
Oh, God.
Okay.
So does that mean he takes no thunder damage?
Sure.
Okay. And then I got to roll my Wonder of Wonder chart 3 times for the
Turns
Gnomon
into a
card.
potted plant.
There is a huge explosion that rocks the base of the tower.
Oh.
After... Okay. Darkness is cast where the grenade exploded.
Of course it is.
As well as...
Can't have the Gnomon grenade if it doesn't cast darkness.
As well as another fireball explosion.
2 fireballs?
Yeah, another fireball.
This
Roll
tower
another
is
deck
coming
save.
down.
It's another DC 15 deck save.
Okay.
FP is going to get a lesson in morals if he survives this.
Belly Savalas has just completed the supply drop challenge. We'll come back to this in just a second here.
Yay. It's an
You gotta
even,
supply us with a new Jeb.
yeah, it's an even more powerful grenade. That's the supply drop.
Nope, we told chat they were going to get to pick which
Yeah,
of the
I know.
3 innovations.
What was
They've been working on
the
to
deck
deliver.
save on fireball?
Not good enough.
Okay. Rolling damage.
Come on, roll little. Throw some just
I
little
think-
spicy ones. Little spicy ones, you know, like...
I mean, Josh
But
could just be
technically-
messing with us.
The grenade would have impacted before the
23
reticulator
damage
chassis
on the fireball.
impacted.
Okay, 23 points of damage. And then you've got one more spell effect, right?
Yeah.
And it was tied to the reticulator with a 10-floor difference between that and the...
It also casts Fairy Fire. So,
So he's down there, he's outlined.
yeah, it's
in the
darkness.
magical darkness.
There's magical darkness, but all the creatures within it are outlined in let's say violet light.
Okay.
So, that is what happened.
So to
His
be
dead
clear,
body is outlined in violet light.
To be clear, between the reticulator and the magic, you have dealt 119 hit points of damage.
Yeah, that's instant death. We've killed Jeb.
If he took it all.
It's
I'm all-
dark. A huge explosion has rocked the tower.
No.
And with the complication that we've just rolled, you feel the whole tower begin to sway a little bit over top of, like, you know, especially like Fox up where you are. It's like 10 degrees of sway that it's moving.
I'm
back
not
and forth.
leaving this awning.
The,
Guys, can you find another dimension door?
the 10 degrees of sway is just enough that as the tower is kind of leaning over, Fox looking through the clouds, you can see a small pinprick of light in the distance. There is a dragonelle flying towards you, and there are 2 ciphers of light kind of on its harness around its neck, and you can see a huge version of the Four Guys Ventures and Vibes bandana wrapped to it, let's take ourselves out of the moment here and talk with chat
What?
about the supply drop that Randy McHale has been working on.
It's a
this whole
literal
time.
supply drop.
Yes.
It's a literal supply drop. Okay, where's my
I wasn't expecting to just be
big
like
talks?
airdrop incoming.
But that's exactly what it is.
It's a purple chest.
Okay, Randy McHale has been working on 3 innovations. One of these will be delivered to the party as having been fully completed. There is the option for... Sorry, I'm reading chat and I'm seeing poor Jake freak out. You may well have killed Jeb. We'll have to find out soon. But right now is a time for good vibes because of the supply drop that Randy's been working on. So the first thing Randy was trying to develop is a completion of the Aboleth disrupting the AoE, the 30-foot AoE Aboleth control disruptor. That is one of the things that he's building. So sorry, I'm still watching chat. Wash is like, whoops. It occurs to me that Wash is the one who would have to play Jeb if Jeb came back. Maybe Wash is just trying to secretly not have to play Jeb again. So one option, the Aboleth Mine Disruptor. The second option is a functioning version of a bag of holding that, it would be Wingle Digit powered, but so it would have a delay, but basically for an hour you would have a full bag of holding available to you. The third innovation is the one we just got followed by someone named Fundraising, so that's so fitting. That's one of you, isn't it?
No.
This is someone's alt account to fundraise for Four Guys Ventures and Vibes, our crowdfunding. Follow us on Indiegogo. And the third and final option for innovation, and this was always the plan, is you can decide on an innovation to pitch, and then chat will get to pick between those 3. So the 3 of you have a few minutes here to talk about what innovation you'd like to pitch as the third thing that he's been
functioning Revivify machine.
That actually makes sense lore wise, like because you tried to build one and it didn't work.
Yeah, for
it's,
Zoth. It's redemption.
And potentially
yeah.
Jeb now.
I mean, that's...
if there's even anything left of Jeb to revivify.
Well, Revivify's the one that... Maybe we should make a true resurrection, That way we give a better time limit.
If I could turn back.
True Resurrection's way too powerful. That is not available.
I know. I
So-
figured go big.
How about an airship, though?
The Four Guys airship.
That he's towing with the Dragonelle right now.
So the thing about the Four Guys airship, I don't want not to get too meta. I think that spoils a potential story arc down the road that involves Owlin and other people working on fixing an airship.
Or
So-
maybe
Okay, fair
Owlin
enough.
and Radford are on said airship coming in the supply drop. Tying it all together.
What if Owlin is the supply drop? Just fly into Owlin.
That'd be crazy.
A new teammate has joined the fight.
I don't know. The thing about the Aboleth Mind Disruptor
That would be really good to have.
is so handy. As far as actual practicality down the line, I think that's it.
I'd agree with that.
It's not really our choice, though. We need to propose a third option for chat to decide.
No,
Right.
I know. My favorite third option is some sort of reviving machine.
I'm good with that.
That's fair. Yeah, it could be like a
Okay.
defibrillator, but it's
Yeah.
like it's a cipher of Revivify, so you
Yeah.
can like, and it would be consumable, but you would be able to build more of them. Like Four Guys knows the recipe, so it would be something that you could spend X Wingle digits to get, however many Wingle digits Revivify would be. So that's the third option. Okay, so chat, we are deciding between. I can make it like a real poll. Ooh.
Does it? Uh-oh. Is there like
Can
a
we
level
vote in
limit?
the poll?
What do you mean?
to the thing that we build.
What do you mean by a level limit? Like, is
Like-
it a spell? Is that what you're trying to do? Build a
Well,
cipher?
if it's a spell effect, yeah. Like, because Revivify has to happen within 1 minute.
Yeah, I would say
It's third level.
level.
Or could we like give it a week? Just make a stronger Revivify.
We weren't trying. Yeah, what's that is a spell, isn't it? There's like 3
Resurrection.
levels to
Yeah,
it.
I'm going to say level 3.
Okay. So Revivify it is.
Oh,
so
we
you
can't
only have
go.
a minute.
Well, that's not going to work then. What was the one we were trying to cast on
Unless you
Zoth?
repel down. They did Gentle Riposte on Zoth, which extends the duration.
I could try to get into the Viticulator and go straight to the bottom.
You get a Mission Impossible, like, repel down.
Conquering fear to save your buddy. How does that
I
sound?
I could do that.
That
I don't even know if
sounds
that's
pretty
possible.
awesome, honestly.
I could get 2 of us down immediately.
But the
Well,
problem
then, there
is,
you go.
I have to get through a group of guards that are currently guarding the top.
Well, they're in the penthouse and you are on the top floor. But let me
You
put
guys-
the vote out here for
so-
chat before I...
So if this
Right.
were to happen, you could essentially do the original escape plan with Bruiser, except instead of teleporting to an exit, you teleport to the bottom of the elevator shaft next to Jeb.
Oh, that's
In the
true.
dark-
So
Darkness.
you, yeah,
But
in
he's
the
outlined.
darkness, but he's outlined. So
Hello, darkness, my old Jeb.
So basically, you guys would have, it'd be Bruiser out the window now. You would jump out to basically grab the defibrillator in midair and then free fall, and then Bruiser would catch you, and then you teleport, and then you'd revivify him.
And then he would be in your arms.
Yes, finally.
And
Tell
you
me
would
that
be the
that doesn't
hero.
work. Tell
I
me
mean,
it doesn't
that's-
work. It does.
That sounds amazing, and I'm here for it.
I just think
That's
it's.
part of my plan all along. You're welcome.
I think that'd be really hard to pull off.
Do you not
do
think
it.
it's worth it?
I do think it's worth it, which is the problem.
All right, the poll is active, chat.
It's not whether it's worth it, it's whether Fox can bring himself to jump off of a building just trusting
would-
someone.
What would Jeb do? WWJD.
Poor Jeb. You know, Jeb's jumped off of a mile-high cliff. This thing is
Technically,
not
so is
even a
Fox.
mile. Yeah, well, I don't think Fox had a choice in that one as
always a
much,
choice.
but no. Okay. Darn. All
I'll be
right.
right back. I'm going to go grab a
So,
snack
chat,
while
now-
we're waiting
now's
for chat
your
to
time
decide
to
here.
vote.
You may mingle amongst yourselves or with the chat.
If you're listening, come hop in. Just vote real quick. Are we allowed to vote?
I don't think so. This is a chat thing.
That is true. This is a chat thing. I think right now, sadly, I don't know if we have any active chat.
Well, Belly
people.
should be here. He's the one who gave it to us.
Belly says I'm gonna make you all sweat until the end.
Yeah. Belly's gonna be the deciding vote.
What do you mean the deciding vote? It'll be the only vote.
That's the deciding vote.
The deciding vote.
I mean, Grumpbag is here, isn't she?
Yeah, she's studying. She's got finals.
Well,
All right,
tell her
listen.
to vote real quick. Tell her to stop studying for a second.
This is your chance, guys. If you're listening, even if you're a new chatter, this is your chance to
Revivify.
really change.
Where's Will-o'-the-Wisp?
All right, really change the outcome of what's going to happen
That
here.
is 100% true.
All right, this is a pivotal moment. So if you're a new watcher or something, go ahead, vote down in the chat to figure out what we're getting. I think the vote may already be decided, but it's very close technically. You know, a couple votes could turn it somewhere else. So every vote counts. Remember that.
It does.
Every vote counts, not just in this chat, but also your local elections. You should be registered to vote. All right, make sure your voice is heard. Okay, you go out to your local elections, your state
Twitch
level
elections.
your Twitch elections. Every vote counts. All right, and I am having a great time. Y'all are gonna make me jump off a building, aren't you?
Yeah.
Is that not the best way
being
to
called?
cap this whole thing off?
Who are you being called by?
Hello?
It's
Fate?
Revivify?
Destiny?
you're
I'm getting an insider call being told Revivify.
From who?
I got a call from
Miss
Destiny?
Gloria Pugs.
Gloria? Who's Gloria?
Glorious Pugs. I am. My mind's scattered. Okay, words are mixing together.
I mean,
I
if I'm being honest, Jake, you're 100% correct. It's got falling really far.
Yes.
It's got
See?
Fox concluding his confronting his fear of heights.
Yes.
All
Again.
pushing through the adversity to get his best friend back,
Yes.
and daring escapades. There's going to be a lot of dexterity checks, which is right up
Yes.
Fox's alley. It's going to be great.
I think it's perfect.
It's never not worked.
It's what we failed to do when Zoth passed. This is like the redemption of that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are. I don't know if I can handle this.
Hashtag
This is a
never
lot.
again. Never gonna let it happen again.
Hashtag
Never gonna
never
let you
falling from a
down.
high
You know
height
what?
again.
Fox is saying to himself in his mind, I'm going to save Jeb or die trying.
Exactly. And that is the point of this entire
All right, guys.
escapade.
I want you to know, the second you mentioned it, I was convinced. Only because it is perfect.
It's so epic.
Oh God, I'm working out how I'm going to logic this. How I'm gonna get, because the details, man, it's all in the details.
No.
I
This
already
is- this
gave
is
all
not-
the details that you need.
This is not something you just excruciate over the details. You just do it. Just jump.
You all.
Hey, this is
well.
this is Bruiser's comfort zone. Being in the air.
I went. DM, did you know your wife called me just now?
That's funny.
Your wife called me and said only one thing:
What?
Revivify, and then hung up on me.
Okay, so the votes are in. Are these 3 votes you 3, or did you actually
No,
let
we
Chad
didn't
vote?
vote.
I did not vote.
Okay.
I
Nobody
accidentally
here voted.
did before we realized we weren't. So one
Okay.
of those is mine, but it's still the majority.
Fox, the Dragonelle. Let's get back into the moment here. Let's get back into the scene. Fox is on top of a tower. A huge explosion at the base of it has rocked Summit Tower. Summit Tower is like leaning back and forth over its now newly impacted foundations. That explosion has a Jeb in it. We don't know how he's doing. Oh, Will-o'-the-Wisp just joined. Let me give a little bit more thorough recap here. The heist has been going on. In the heist, we have discovered the one thing. We have 3 pieces of the Rod of 7 parts. We went to the laboratory. Bruiser, Gunner, and FP62 went to the laboratory on the 47th floor, 48th floor technically. Went to the laboratory and basically intimidated / FP literally just killed some people to disarm that floor. And they recovered at great cost to FP, who has 3 hit points. They recovered the last piece in the tower of the Rod of 7 parts. They have 3 pieces of the Rod of 7 parts. I'm not sure how they're planning to carry all of them yet, because they can only carry 1 piece of loot each, and Bruiser is carrying a Dimension Door cipher. But they found that, and they found a cipher. Fox narrowly escaped the penthouse where he was pinned by 5 private security goons by expertly applying a cipher of major image, holding up a blanket that looked like the wall basically, and then climbing up a ladder to the roof, and escaped onto the roof. They are now, Fox is on the roof in the little awning, seeing the Dragonelle with the supply drop from 4 guys, Ventures and Vibes, coming towards him. The other 3 were like, oh, we think Jeb is in this elevator. Let's drop it 57 floors and then explode it. And that's exactly what they did. And just to be clear, because I think this is important for posterity, it was Wash's idea.
I claim full responsibility.
FP62 may have killed Jeb. And by may have killed Jeb, I mean dealt 119 hit points of damage to Jeb.
If Jeb took it all. We don't know that.
If Jeb took it all. 119 hit points of damage have been dealt. At least to the tower, if nothing else. And that is what leads us into our current scenario.
Oh,
Fox,
you missed the best part, the escape plan.
We're about to show it.
Yeah, you're about
Yes.
to do it. This is a recap of what's happened so far.
Okay. I'm gonna bring Owlin up to me.
Okay, Owlin gets up to you around the same time the Dragonelle does. The Dragonelle flies up to the tower, and sitting on the back of the Dragonelle is a Delver you don't recognize, a Four Guys mercenary. Actually, no, it's not. It's Abercrombie. Abercrombie is sitting on the back of it, and he goes,
Well, you seem to be in quite a situation here, sir. I have brought for you a gift from Randy McHale.
and he holds out a small bag. Small, like it's like sackcloth. Holds out a small bag and he says,
Unfortunately, we couldn't afford to package it very well. That's why I had to deliver it in person. So here you go.
and he just drops off the bag with you and he goes,
It's a thing, you poke it on a dead guy, and if you get them in time, then they're not a dead guy.
and then he flies off on the Dragonelle. It soars off into the night.
Okay.
The rain is now, because you've reached out to get that, the rain is lashing the top of this tower, which is swaying back and forth as it sways. Like you've got the vertigo, you're feeling uneasy inside. The thunder occasionally illuminates the top of the tower, and you can see a bunch of shadowy obstacles, smokestacks, air vents, things like that between you and the verticulator entrance.
Bruiser?
Or if you wanted to go back down the ladder you came up, you can.
Yes, Fox.
Get to a window.
All right, I'm gonna go to the nearest stairs and head down towards the offices where I know there's an exterior window.
Sure, you head down to the offices. As a reminder, there's a whole room of people down here.
Yep.
And so as you head down the stairs, there are a couple of private security goons down there. I'm going to roll a tension die to determine whether they find their guts or not.
Tell
They do
me
not.
what. Tell me what phase.
You walk to the window and you are able to see out the window. You're looking out the east side of the tower.
East side.
All right, here goes nothing.
And I'm gonna sprint and jump through the window.
And I
Right
also jump off the east side of the roof.
Yes.
This is important. You're jumping out of the window right now.
Yeah, I can fly.
Okay, you're flying. You're not jumping. Okay. So you jump out of the window and you are now flying in the air as Fox plummets towards you. Fox, roll a Constitution save against frightened.
Okay. Don't fail
Maybe
me
roll it
now.
with disadvantage. You're afraid of heights.
Why not charisma check against frightened? Because it's his force of will.
Isn't
I
Is
you know what?
Fox
Yeah.
going to bardically inspire
How
himself?
else do you fight?
Sing
How
a
do you
tune
fight
out loud.
Do you fight the stage fright is if not with your charismatic attempt to hide it.
Can I like coach Fox through this, like assist him?
He's in the air.
Yeah, but we have earpieces.
Give me 1 second. I'm pulling up my character sheet so I can remember how exactly Bardic Inspiration
That's
works.
a good time to open your character sheet.
You know, if
it's
I
been
was
2 hours into the
4
session.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have it open. I just need to remember where I put it.
What?
Because
Your
I
600
don't-
tabs?
Hey, I don't organize my things very well, and that's very obvious. And I haven't needed to use it because I thought it was magical. Okay, here. I'm just gonna pull this up over on this. Okay. Okay, I'm going to roll this Constitution check, and I'm going to roll a Bardic
You're gonna
Inspiration
roll
D6.
so high. So high.
And it's disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we have a chance. What's my Constitution modifier? Nothing.
I don't know. Let me pull up
Awesome.
your character sheet real quick. I'll tell you.
Yeah. So, I got a 19.
So
With my Bardic Inspiration, I rolled a 5 on a D6 for my Bardic Inspiration.
You got a
Solid.
19 On your way down, you can feel the panic crawling into the back of your head, and you fight it off using something bardic. You're either singing or orating or poeming. What are you doing? I want to know.
I am humming the tune that I had shown Jeb when I had first learned to cast bardic magic.
Nice.
Do 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 do.
Have
does
a
that mean
normal
you're-
inspiration for that too. That's
Does that mean
great
you're blowing
character.
it on your saxophone as
Yes.
you're falling?
Yeah.
Whips out a saxophone on the way down.
No. I'm holding too much. I wish I could.
There you go. No worries.
But I'm just humming that out loud. Do 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 do.
Is it the Indiana Jones theme?
It almost did for a second.
All right, Fox whooshes down. Bruiser, we need... You know what? You're out there waiting for him. I'm going to roll a tension die to decide whether you actually need to roll a dexterity check. I would normally make you roll dex for the timing, but you're preparing. You know what? Just roll it with advantage. That's better.
Okay.
Roll dex with advantage because you're out there waiting for him. But the timing, I mean, you got to make contact and activate this thing.
Can I add
Like that.
proficiency?
Yeah.
Are you proficient with your own wings?
That is a natural 20.
Let's go!
You absolutely pull this off. You boom. You Fox, you're falling. You're humming. You're trying your best to fend off the panic that's setting in the back of your head. You feel the slightly sharp claws of your badger folk friend, your winged badger friend, Bruiser, close around your arms from behind you. And then you feel this tension, this tightness, like deep in your gut as you boom vanish from the spot you're in. Gunner and FP62, you're looking out the windows. You see just for a half second, Fox falls into sight, looking terrified but sort of holding it together as Bruiser swoops down towards him, grabs him by the shoulders, and boom, they vanish. Bruiser and Fox, you appear in... yes.
I
What's
was
up?
going to say, when we land, can Bruiser be holding Fox like a damsel in distress kind of?
100% yes. You appear holding Fox like a damsel in distress at the bottom of the elevator shaft. You're standing on top of a pile of rubble. And
Okay.
the darkness is all... Magical darkness is all around you. But you can see just the tiniest, every now and then, the tiniest wink of like pink sort of purplish fire in the outline of one claw poking out of the rubble. You're going to need to pull the rubble off of Jeb and then use the tool on him.
Luckily, I am adept
before
in digging, so I am going to start.
You are proficient
Let's
in digging.
go!
Bruiser,
This
digs
is
through-
the
never
ultimate
mind.
ending!
I was gonna put time pressure on this. I'm not anymore. Bruiser digs straight through it, gets there. You've got
helping
15
him.
seconds
I'm helping him.
as Fox is pulling out of the. In fact, Fox, you narrate it. You're getting to the bottom of the rubble, and you're gonna do it.
All right. Bruiser is just shoveling aside the rubble. I am pulling out this contraption. I have no idea how it works necessarily. I pull up the README manual, and it just says point here and click. And I look at the button that I see. It says point at this button. I'm like, okay. And I pull the button. It says to point, and I'm like, okay. And as soon as I see little Jeb's face poking above, unconscious, I'm going to immediately shove this right towards his chest and click the button. Be like, come on, Jeb, wake up! Zap!
The moment builds. The tension increases. You're sitting there in pure darkness. In fact, we're going to add to the tension here. Pure darkness. The rubble all around you. Your fingernails cut and scraped. Your own fingers starting to bleed a little bit. Bruiser next to you holding back a pile of rubble that because you've burrowed so fast, he's literally holding it up rather than having properly displaced it. You reach down. You hear the cipher.
Come on, you've got a family to get back to. Come on.
And then there's quiet, the dust around you coating the back of your throat.
Come on, Jeb. Wake up.
I knew you'd come back for me, pup.
And on that note,
Yes!
tonight's Dungeons and Dragons session, tonight's heist comes to a close. I can't think of a better note to end the session on than that. We're going to hit the epilogue very briefly because we ended on time. Epilogue moments. As you are down there, Fox, as the crew lead, talk to me about how Rex and Sasha get you out. Your plan works flawlessly. They're able to sneak you out, but tell me about how it works.
Thank God. Rex. Sasha.
Yeah, we're here. We're ready. What's up?
Activate the plan. And they are going to rush in, assuming that this, sphere of darkness is somehow our doing. And I go ahead, the others, we go ahead, now that we have a little bit of time, I'm sure there's a little bit of shock and awe at what's happening. Rex and Sasha look like the brave defense force who are rushing into a hopeless situation. For all they know, like the defense force are like, man, they're such idiots. They're going to die. Who knows what's in that darkness? That grenade is going to rock the building. The building's about to collapse. And that buys them just enough time that FP Gunner can make it down safely to the bottom floor. And as they come down, Rex and Sasha put the cuffs on everyone. And we go ahead and we shove Jeb in a backpack. So that way it doesn't look like a duffel bag. You're going to have to trust me, Jeb, on this one.
Every time,
and Rex and Sasha carry us out. And they look like they're covered in dust, in ash, and soot. As the dust clears, and as the building threatens to collapse, people have to back away. But Rex and Sasha come out and bring us out to a cipher truck, and they're like, "We got him! We got him!" And they pile us in, and they get in, and the driver had already left the cipher truck because the building was actually about to fall, and he was like, I'm not about this. They don't pay me enough for this. Rex and Sasha jump into the cipher truck and drive off, and of course, as always, Bruiser sets off his cipher of Leave No Trace as the entire tower just collapses into the downtown area. And smoke just envelops everything. Rubble. It's quite the spectacle.
And the smoke, of course, provides plenty of cover for you to deviate from the path to the police station.
Exactly.
And for Rex and Sasha to get you away. What a conclusion to a crime spree the likes of With Stainless hopes it never sees again. And as the smoke, clear, obviously you are in the clear, you have escaped, you are on your way out, I assume out of Stainless, where it is probably no longer safe for you to be, and maybe back to Four Guys HQ or wherever you're going to go next. But as you leave and you head to wherever you're going next, you don't see... Oh, go ahead.
Since the building's collapsing and everybody's panicked, I just realized we didn't have to take a deputy force police van. In the chaos, we instead take our Four Guys Ventures and Vibes hard-earned and well-invested in cipher truck that we left in the basement.
I mean, it's non-branded at the moment.
Yeah, if by hard-earned you mean we robbed a bank and bought it.
Yes, it's hard-earned.
But then we hard-earned it back.
As you drive off into the night, your escape complete, Jeb in the back seat, dazed, confused, but alive and himself. What you don't see behind you in the wreckage of the tower as the smoke and the dust clears, an underground tunnel has been unearthed from the sewers beneath the tower, and out of that sewer climbs a figure whom most people in the city think is only a myth. She's clad in all black, and she's only known as High Priestess Celine. She climbs out of the darkness, followed by several hundred of her followers, and they begin harvesting the dead, bringing them back into the tunnels, into the sewers. And as they turn, finishing their work, and the final one of them goes back down into the depths beneath, the last thing that anyone looking would have seen is the sigil on the back of their cloaks of a black fang. And on that note, tonight's Dungeons and Dragons adventure comes to a close. Next week, it's a tavern talk. We're going to have to decompress and breathe a little bit from the adventures of what have just happened here. I need to decompress and breathe a little bit right now, which means I'm going to jump into just chilling in our Discord server. You are invited there too. But either way, from all of us here at Winged Badger Gaming, in the voice of Jebediah Peppermint Wash, what do we tell the people?
Well, if you ask me, we tell them GG and GM.